This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. NCN Sports is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. And by Woodhouse Auto, convenience delivered every time.
Yeah. And welcome to Kearney, Nebraska. Championship football is underway in the state. We get things kicked off Friday night right now for the six-man state final between Garden County and Southwest. Brandon Axmit, Andy Klassen, Michael Shively, and Chase Wilkinson with you for this one as we are ready to rock and roll. We have number one Garden County against the 3-seed Southwest. Andy, both of these teams are undefeated on the year. Both of these teams have never been here before. Somebody is going to be a first-time state champ in the midst of already historic seasons for both of these teams. We are looking forward to a great matchup between the Rough Riders and the Eagles.
We really are, and there's such a contrast between how these two teams like to move the football. Garden County, they're big, they're physical, they like to run the football. If Coach Dorman had it his way, they wouldn't run it 99% of the time. They'd run it 100% of the time. On the other side, you got Southwest. They run a diamond-style offense, close to an air raid as you're going to see in six-man. 70-30 split between pass to run. It's going to be a lot of fun.
This matchup brought to you by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need them. Andy, other interesting storylines as well. Garden County made it to the semis last year before being knocked out by SEM. Southwest, they made it to the playoffs. Their season ended to Garden County. And when we talked to Coach Arterburn this week, I said, Coach, don't give me the coach speak. How are you feeling about this? Is this a revenge game? And he did not shy away from it. He said, yes, our players remember it, and they could not be more happy to have a shot at the Eagles again.
Oh, Coach, talk like an old ball player, didn't he? Played safety for Doane University. And, yeah, they have 5 returning starters on offense, 5 returning starters on defense. And they remember who knocked them out of the playoffs last year. It's the team standing between them and the championship trophy, the Garden County Eagles.
Let's talk about both of these teams. Key players we're going to highlight. First off, for Garden County, you mentioned their offensive attack. They love to run the ball. They have 3 players who have rushed for over 750 yards and 15-plus touchdowns. One of those is Cole Fornander. He's gone for 800 yards, averaging 13 a carry. He's had 19 touchdowns. When he does pass, which they don't do often, 550 yards, 9 TDs, no picks.
Very accurate with the football, uses that play action quite often. And, yeah, the only reason he has quarterback behind his name because somebody has to be the quarterback. Somebody has to take snaps. He's an excellent rusher, big-bodied player, runs with a lot of physicality. He's going to be tough to bring down tonight.
Flip side for Southwest, it starts and ends with Houston Billiter, the senior quarterback for the Rough Riders, has an amazing arm, has passed for nearly 2,000 yards. He's rushed for another 750, over 30 touchdowns to his name. He is an all-around athlete. Coach Dorman said he is the best quarterback we're going to have to face in the season, and it's tonight.
Houston Billiter causes problems for the opposition. Passed for over 5,000 yards in his career. And when you say dual threat, a lot of times you think, okay, he's a running quarterback. No, this guy likes to pass first, and then he can also run the ball, and he runs it very well.
Looking forward to a great one. We're about 15 minutes from kick. We're going to hear from both head coaches, Coach Dorman for Garden County as well as Coach Arterburn for Southwest. You're watching high school football, the six-man state championship on News Channel Nebraska. More pregame when we return.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Christian Arterburn, the head coach of the Southwest Rough Riders, joins me pregame. Coach, congratulations. You made it to the state championship game. What has the journey been like this season to get to this moment?
Man, it's been a phenomenal journey. We have a phenomenal group of kids, and it's had its ups and downs and battled some injuries early in the season, battling some injuries now. But, I mean, it's a great group of kids, and I couldn't think of another group of kids and coaches I'd want to go on this journey with. And it's an incredible experience to be here in Kearney tonight.
What's it been like building this program up to the stature that can get you to a moment like this?
Yeah, and it's taken a couple of years. We transitioned to six-man 6 years ago, and I had a few rough years there early in the transition, but since then we've had a lot of playoff experiences and got knocked out in the playoffs. So, and this group of kids, we just knew they were special. When we went to camp this summer, we knew we had a shot, and we made a goal to win a state championship, and here we are tonight with a chance to accomplish that goal.
Oh, you mentioned you've been knocked out in the playoffs before, including last year by this very team that you're about to play. Why is today's result going to be different?
Yeah, and you got Garden County is a great football team. They're big, fast, and physical, and I think we're just a better football team than we were last year. We're more complete. We've got weapons all over the field, and our kids are going to play with a little chip on their shoulder. I think that kind of hurt them a little bit last year, and it's kind of drove them to that feeling of walking off Garden County's field. So that little extra chip on the shoulder hopefully can get us over the hump tonight.
Oh, you mentioned some injuries. I know your quarterback's dealing with some stuff. How is the team tonight, given the stadium, the place that we're playing, and the stature of this game?
I mean, there's a lot of nerves in the locker room, but once that kickoff starts, they'll go away, and we'll play our football. And injury-wise, I think we're going to suit everyone tonight, and everyone you should see on the field, so that's a good feeling too. And like I said, you get to this stage, and obviously there's going to be a little nerves. Some of these kids have never seen a stadium like this, and some kids have never been on turf, so a little bit of nerves, but once the ball kicks off, we'll be ready to roll.
Hey, it's a state championship game. Thanks, Coach. Best of luck.
Hey, thank you very much.
More pregame coverage coming up on News Channel Nebraska.
When you have the inventory people want and a team that understands what you need, there's one place to go. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill. Name brand ATVs, side-by-sides, and high-performance machines built for work, made for play. And the service doesn't stop at the sale. Big Red Motorsports delivers, literally. Free delivery with your purchase. It's all here in O'Neill. Big Red Motorsports.
Chad Dorman, the head coach of Garden County, joins me. Coach, congratulations. You just made it to the state championship game. What's it taken throughout this season to get to this moment?
Yeah, we've had a great year. I think part of it, our health has been good, so that always helps. But, just really excited to be here, and looks like we got a bunch of fans that made it down, so we're ready to get this going.
And last season, you knocked off in the semifinals. What did it mean to this group to get all the way and exceed what they did last season?
Well, we were all back from last year, and, we've talked a lot about that. Getting over that hump of the semifinal game, we were able to do that. We just hopefully got one more in us, and, they're all excited. So it's going to be a great night.
Southwest Rough Riders, they're your opponent. What do you know about them?
Quarterback's great. He's a great player. If not the best quarterback in six-man, one of them. So we're going to have our hands full defensively. We just got to run the ball on offense, control that clock, and, hopefully don't make too many mistakes.
What's the key to the win?
Well, just like I said, take care of the ball and, no stupid penalties and contain 14.
Coach, thanks for the time. Congratulations. Best of luck today.
Thank you.
More pregame coming up. You're watching State Championship Football on News Channel Nebraska.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
We continue our build-up to kickoff here in the six-man football state championship game in Kearney, Nebraska. It's Garden County and it's Southwest High School. And for some of you watching at home that haven't seen our previous six-man title game broadcast, aren't followers of these two teams in particular, you might be wondering, what the heck is six-man football? What are the rules? It's a really fun game, and we have Chase Wilkinson here to explain some of it. State championship winner from McCool Junction. Chase, it's a little bit like track on a football field, but the main football principles still carry on. What rules are different between the normal 11-man and this breed of the game?
Yeah, absolutely. We can start with the field first. Instead of 100 yards from goal line to goal line, it's going to be 80 yards, and you're going to see the sideline shrink into 40 yards, so it's going to be 40 yards from sideline to sideline. I think the biggest thing is just open field tackling and how anyone is eligible for receiving the ball or anyone's eligible to catch the ball. So even the center, after snapping the football, could turn around and look for a pass. I just think it adds to that sort of theme of backyard football, but also, like you said, just a track meet on the field, and it's so exciting.
You might see some formations that you're not used to seeing in 11-man football, and a big reason why is whoever receives the snap is not able to run with the football across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, absolutely. So the snap receiver, quote unquote, the quarterback, cannot advance the ball past the line of scrimmage unless someone is there to take the snap and pitch it back to them, or a backwards pass, making them eligible to go downfield and run the ball.
How does this affect the style of play for these teams, given that the rules are so different?
Just a lot of different formations, like formations you won't normally see in 11-man and 8-man football. You're going to see diamond formation as a very popular one in 6-man, where two backs pitch the ball back to the quarterback, and it just everyone is all over the place, and it's madness.
If you haven't seen it, you're in luck. We have it coming your way next. It's state championship football on News Channel Nebraska.
Brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
Welcome back to Ron and Carol Cope Stadium. We are about to get this thing going. Starting lineups here as we prepare for our broadcast, first off for the Southwest Rough Riders. So let's turn it over to our PA announcer. We're getting a look at our starters now before names are announced. Starters, Derek Kelly, Gage Hammond, Bo Truska, who has a broken hand/arm, but that doesn't matter, and he's still playing defense. And then you have DeMario Cutter, Braxton Hammond, and Houston Billiter, the quarterback for Southwest. So let's take a look at these Rough Riders and turn it over to our PA announcer.
Number 5, Derek Kelly. Number 7, Gage Hammond. Number 8, Bo Truxa. Number 9, Dylan Thorwell. Number 10, DeMario Cutter. Number 11, Brett Blooming. Number 12, Jackson Payton. Number 13, Braxton Hammond. Number 14, Houston Billiter. Number 15, Colin Day. Number 20, Jacob Gutierrez Barber. Number 22, Tyler Kelly. Number 23, Ethan Lee. Number 24, Connor Weaver. Number 25, Alexander Lashley. Number 33, Christopher Charlie. Number 35, Jace Jensen. Number 55, Kate Schaefer. Number 57, Josh Hick. Number 58, Jackson Porter. Number 72, Gunnar Perks. Number 74, Christian Mayhew. And number 82, Yale Perales. Head coach for the Southwest Rough Riders, Christian Erger.
West Rough Riders coming into this one at 11-0. They defeated Red Cloud 54-36 in the semis to get here. They'll be taking on Garden County, the Eagles, who ended the Rough Riders season last year in the first round of the playoffs. We talked about the three-headed monster at the rushing attack for the Eagles. Cole Fornander we talked about. And then you also have the leading rusher in Lobner and the third leading rusher in Kramer, each of them with over 17 touchdowns and 770 yards. So let's now take a look at the Garden County roster as they come out.
Number 5, Blake Dean. Number 10, Cable Larson. Number 12, Joey Cooper. Number 14, Wilson Lobner. Number 15, Colt Roberson. Number 21, Chase Roberson. Number 22, Jamis Underwood. Number 24, Carter Corfield. Number 25, Kyan Kramer. Number 31, Luke Gardner. Number 32, Lane Brenneman. Number 33, Hazen Elliott. Number 38, Catherine Allen. Number 39, Dylan Davis. Number 44, Wyatt Seibel. Number 54, Oliver Davis. Number 80, Randy Schooley. And number 83, Victor Rueda. Head coach, Chad Dorman.
And the teams are on the field. Players have been announced. Don't go anywhere. The 2025 Six-Man State Championship is coming up on NCN in 2 minutes.
Nebraska Public Power District was ready to power the state's ag industry growth in the 70s and the ethanol industry in the 2000s. Today, the need for energy is growing at a rapid pace. We are ready. We are expanding our diverse energy generation mix and building on to an already reliable and resilient infrastructure, not only to power today, but to empower Nebraska's tomorrow. Nebraska Public Power District.
Looking for a touchdown on the road? Pull into Speedy Mart off I-80 between Grand Island and Lincoln. Open 24 hours. With several food choices, plenty of tables to sit and dine, hot breakfast options, Chester's Chicken, and Godfather's Pizza, you'll always score big. With free semi-parking, multi-stall restrooms, and showers to refresh. For fuel, food, and friendly service, Speedy Mart is always a win.
This broadcast is brought to you by McConville Agency. Congrats to the Southwest Rough Riders on an amazing season. Good luck in the state championship. Fanny's Farmhouse. And by Lord's Furniture. Lords of Indiola is your one-stop shop for hardware, furniture, and appliances.
You're proud of the community you live in. Taking care of the people in it isn't a job, it's an honor. At John Henry's, we take pride in being relied upon by the great people of Lincoln and the surrounding areas. A hard day's work means a happy customer, and making happy customers has been our goal all along. A team of expert plumbers, drain specialists, and HVAC professionals, dedicated to finding solutions for our customers. Because for us, a successful day ends with a handshake and a smile. John Henry's, our family serving yours.
Welcome back. National Anthem has wrapped up, and it is time for the Six-Man State Championship. It's the game that gets the state championship festivities in the state of Nebraska started. We'll begin in Kearney. Then the 8-man and the 11-man games will be played out the following Monday and Tuesday at Memorial Stadium. Andy, we've been doing this about 5 or 6 years now. Always one of the favorite broadcast of the year, the way to wrap up the fall.
You know, it really is, regardless of who made it, who made the run in the playoffs. But here, it does feel like we're getting the cream of the crop. 2 undefeated teams, 11-0, 22-0 between the two of them. We really did get the best of the best to feature for six-man football here at Cope Stadium.
Getting a look at the referees and the officials crew for the game. Andy, this is something you are all over.
There it is, the referee, Kellen Fortkamp, Elias Elbrick. Dustin Evans will be our lineman, and our line judge, Gary White, and the back judge, Matthew Maxwell.
Jace, you have played in this game before. You know the emotions that these players are feeling right now. Put us in the mindset, the headspace of these players, and how do you manage what's about to take place?
I mean, well, the first thing is nerves. I mean, everyone on both sides of the field are nervous. You might expect to see some slow starts coming out of offense and defense from these teams, but after a couple drives, they'll get into the flow, and we'll be playing football.
Glad everyone is here joining us on News Channel Nebraska D6 State Championship, and it will be the Garden County Eagles who we see on offense first. We talked about the contrasting of styles. Southwest likes to air it out. Garden County won't throw it unless they absolutely have to, and the reason why, if you have three players who can run for over 750 yards and score 15-plus touchdowns, why do anything else? And so here we go, first snap of the game. There's the pitch back and a run, and not much doing.
Beautiful job.
That is Fornander taken down in the backfield.
Yeah, beautiful job diagnosing that little bit of an option play there, just keying on your reads, not getting caught up in the ball movement, just keying on your reads. Slow to read, quick to react. Look at this textbook tackle.
That's going to be right there, coming out of a ram right, what we used to call it in six-man formation. Read that play super well early, and that's a big stop early in this drive.
So you have Fornander, who's averaging only 15 yards a carry. There he goes for -2 on the first play. So Southwest is saying, hey, things are going to be a little tougher this time around. Here's a big pickup, though. Look out. There's a lot of room for Kai and Kramer. And we do have a flag, but if this stands, that's going to be a 67-yarder.
Boy, he's a big bruiser, too, with great vision. He saw that cutback lane, but let's see what this flag's all about.
Might be getting a hold called back. And it looks like Southwest knew it early, especially those linemen.
Mm-hmm. You saw some body language there. Where they weren't getting too excited like the fans were.
So almost fireworks to start things off, but as mentioned, this one is coming back, so Kramer won't get the big rush, won't get what would have been his 19th touchdown of the season. Let's see if we can diagnose here where the hold's at.
Yeah, you saw a couple players get tied up there right in the middle of your screen. And that's a signal there to Southwest, like, hey, we got to stay in our run lanes.
All right, so after the penalty, you go back to Kramer.
I really like that play, though, going back to the wingback formation, knowing that you had a big hitter, but it was called back for a penalty, going right back to it just the other way, and it picks up a good amount of yardage and makes third down more manageable.
Yeah, this is, I think, going to be the key for Southwest. Like, Garden County's going to get theirs. They're going to move the ball running it, but can you bend and not break? Limit those big plays.
So 3rd down and 7 and nothing doing. That's Wilsey Lobner, the leading rusher for Garden County, who was stuffed.
He's also got about 120 tackles on the season. Excellent job sealing off that cutback lane.
I mean, that's textbook. They're coming in at linebacker position, being the back across from the toss play, come up, make a play, hold them to basically no yardage.
Jacob Barber, who is second on the team with 94 tackles, making that play for the Rough Riders. Here is the punt, something Garden County doesn't do a whole lot.
Might have been partially blocked. Did not come off of the foot clean, though.
We'll take another look on our replay and see. Maybe off the torso of the Rough Rider who came in. Regardless, Southwest will take over.
It's actually a pretty good punt going up the midsection of a guy.
So this one will start on.
There's that diamond formation.
24-yard line with the diamond we talked about. Going to the air, no surprise, and there's a completion to Derek Kelly on 1st down.
And look at how quick Billiter gets that ball out. He looks like a shortstop there, right, with those quick hands. Knows exactly where he's going to go with it. Keys on that first read and lets it rip.
That's what I also love about that diamond formation, having those two backs being one, the pitch man, also having two blockers right in front of you in case any blitzes show up.
Yeah, but it's got to be bang, bang, doesn't it? It's got to be quick,
it's
right,
Chase?
Quick.
So just a 2-yard pickup brings up 2nd down and 13. Billiter buying time, throwing it up there, and it's caught. Was he in? Out of bounds, so nearly intercepted. That was Fornander all over it, but he was out of play.
And he tried to get his feet down. He knew where that sideline was.
Oh, just great effort. Trying to get that foot down. Right on the line.
That was close. That's where Billiter, he was kind of, didn't have a speed under him. He was kind of moving. It's tough to be accurate when you're trying to avoid the rush like that.
Third and long, and we have Laundry on the field.
Yeah, they're going to get a false start on Connor Weaver at the running back position. He moved.
Yep, moving back 5.
Those nerves we were talking about, Chase.
Absolutely, and then just a little bit of these miscues, making 3rd down and about 12 a lot harder, backing up behind the chains. Not a lot of plays you can call on 3rd and 17.
Well, so far those 2 down linemen have been able to put enough pressure on the quarterback. The ball's having to get out a little early.
Billiter finds his receiver. It's going to be short of the 1st down. It's Gage Hammond with the reception.
Roberson doing a really nice job in coverage there, staying with his guy, keeping him in front.
Well, so you're just going to see one back there just pitch it. So instead of 2, and Garden County recognized that, blitzed Billiter really quick, had to force out a dump-off throw. While it was complete, it's still 4th down.
Something we're going to be keeping an eye on as well is, as we have a flag, is
the 3rd or 4th flag we've already seen.
That's number 3. Prior to the flag, it's Billiter's health. He is banged up from that Red Cloud game, took a hard hit to the arm, and so talking to Coach Arterburn leading up to this week, he said he hoped he would be about 85 or 90%. It was a sprained AC joint is what Coach said. More of a pain management, muscle working out type of injury, but it's something that Michael Shively on the sidelines will be paying attention to and just observing how he's able to play throughout this game. As Andy, as you alluded to, some craziness on the punt return.
Boy, a lot of contact, but I don't see a flag.
No flag, and
thinking they're saying he was blocked into the return man. But Garden County fans, they saw it differently, didn't they, Chase?
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like he got tackled before he even had a chance. They're kind of throwing their arms up. Hey, isn't that a penalty?
Officials still conferencing.
36 yards on the punt for Billiter.
Yeah, Billiter taking care of all the kicking duties for Southwest as well. You do see a lot of overlap with players and positions, but I think it's fortunate that that AC sprain is on his non-throwing shoulder.
Good catching interference on the kicking team. 15-yard penalty.
And so there is the flag, kick, catch interference.
And I think the officials, I think the Zebras got it right.
Looking at it again here.
Absolutely.
Yep. Little over eager by Jacob Barber, getting there half second too soon.
Well, and although that sets up Garden County in pretty good field position now to start this second drive off.
Yeah, because the goal line's actually the 10-yard line, and that's going to throw, it's going to throw viewers off. You got to look at the orange pylons, the orange markers, not the white paint on the field.
So pitch to Kramer. He's met near the line of scrimmage by about 3 Rough Riders.
Boy, except for that one play where we saw the penalty come out, this has been some really good defensive display, some really good tackling on the edge, not really limiting what both offenses are trying to do right now, and it's the sure-handed tackling.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, you said it, defenses came to play tonight. Not any offense is really getting an edge or kind of making moves. They've been kind of going 3 and out last couple drives.
And, I played 8-man,
right.
You played 6-man. it's key. You got to make that first guy miss.
Right.
Well, running room for Kramer this time, and he lowers the shoulder, keeps the legs churning. Finally taken down, but there's a big pickup for Southwest.
Boy, it looked like he had a nice slew of blockers moving with him to that left side, to the bottom of your screen.
Absolutely, especially when you have some wideouts kind of in that slot position in other leagues of football. Going to have a couple head blockers right away, makes that first cut, lowers the shoulder, good physicality, driving the feet, makes third down a little bit easier, and you're kind of staying more on schedule.
Another head of steam for Kramer. He's right at that first down marker.
Kramer with that wide frame. He's not afraid to lower the shoulder there, is he?
No, absolutely not. A lot of these small-town kids, they're not afraid to lower the shoulder, and it's fun to watch.
Of those three rushers we talked about, Fornander, Lobner, and Kramer, Coach Dorman said Kramer is the one. They all like to be physical, but maybe Kramer likes it a little bit more than everyone else. He sometimes is the lead blocker and will lay down huge blocks as this is fourth down. And the Garden County Eagles get it, but also because of the physical running, Kramer looks like he may have an equipment issue that needs to be tended to.
This is where he's got to look up some of those underclassmen, right? Give me your helmet.
Absolutely. You have to get that switched out, but also just on fourth down, way to be poised, not be timid going up to the line on fourth and short, able to pick up that first down, able to get that monkey off your back in terms of being stalled out every drive.
Yeah, just some positive momentum for an offense here.
All right, Eagles trying to pass. And look out, reversing field, and it drops through the hands of Jace Roberson.
That's a tough throw to make, Bose. The ball covered a lot of ground there, but you had time, you had some space. The receiver got some separation. Nice job avoiding the rush. Boy, they got what they wanted.
Absolutely. Just a very nice throw by Fornander. Might have got hidden in the lights by Roberson. Couldn't able to come down with it, and that he's kicking himself for sure.
And that's a good point. This is a much bigger field, stadium facility that either of these teams have played in before.
2nd and 15. Fornander designed run. Stiff arms one. Runs over another. Picks up about, looks like 1 yard is where they mark him out. So 1 yard gain.
Fornander, he's not afraid to lower the shoulder either, is he?
Absolutely not. Looked like that kind of had a missed block early. Able to find the sideline for a couple yards, but yeah, laying the lumber right there.
So that right there, I'm going to say, Barber, I'm glad that the defender there, number 20, he rallied up, he made the stop, but that's where you got to wrap up. That's how you don't get blown up. You don't get blown back if you wrap up.
Look at this, Southwest with some penetration. Fornander gets back to the original line of scrimmage. That play almost was doomed before it started.
Did he mean to pitch that? I don't know.
If you go over to the coaches, I would definitely say yes.
And this looks like this is Fornander who is down.
Oh, boy.
Here's another look.
Garden County fans have gone quiet in a hurry.
So Fornander's holding his knee. There's the tackle.
He got caught up underneath someone.
We kind of rolled over Derek Kelly, who was one of the Rough Riders, getting in there to make the tackle.
4 minutes to go in the first. We'll take a break. It's 0-0 here in the six-man state final.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
All right, so potential major storyline here with Garden County as Fornander gingerly walks off the field. That sets up a 4th and 14 for Garden County. There's a run and not going to do it. That was Carver Corfield. Not much, if any, gain on the play, and it's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, that put Garden County in a real tough spot. And I mean, they're fortunate in that they have 3 capable backs. So everyone's handled the ball quite a bit for Garden County. But when you lose your number one option as far as quarterback goes, that's going to impact your offense regardless.
couple plays for sure.
All right, so Southwest takes over, and that's Billiter ushered out after a short pickup.
Cooper ushering them out of bounds. Once again, doing a really nice job reading their keys defensively. We haven't seen a breakthrough play yet for the Rough Rider offense.
Yeah, it's been kind of slow start. Stalled out, the first drive. But, they're kind of just figuring out what they're seeing from Garden County, able to recognize that in terms of defense and try to find the best play to counter against it.
If they could just slow down the rush of those two down linemen, I think they could get something downfield vertically in that passing game.
Billiter going up top and drops it in there. That's a big-time catch for Jacob Barber. First down, Rough Riders.
Over 400 yards receiving on the season. Beautiful job just getting his arms out there. Just getting underneath the ball. And, all you need is 1 foot in. You just need 1 foot in. That's what he got.
Just need one. Just great placement from the ball by Billiter. And also Barber, just knowing that he's close to the sidelines, able to get at least 1 foot in. And that's a huge chunk play for the Southwest offense. Kind of said, being slow early start, they finally found, some drive.
This first quarter, it's brought to you by John Henry's, our family serving yours. John Henry's, our first quarter sponsor, as Billiter overshoots Kelly on that one.
Little trickeration there. You didn't see the additional pitch. Billiter set up as one of the up backs. Yeah, looking for that quick hitter down the sideline, just couldn't quite connect.
It was a pretty good route there by Derek Kelly, too. Had a step on the defense, just a little overthrown, and that's definitely one they're going to come back to for sure in this game.
But that's what happens when you get that big play. You get that big old momentum shift. You can take another shot.
Second down, 15. Here with 3:06 remaining in the opening quarter of the D6 State Championship. And Billiter completes it. This time it's to Gage Hammond for another first down.
Carter Corfield on the stop.
And as we have that pickup, we go down to the fourth member of our broadcast team, Michael Shiver.
First and 15.
Guys looking at Cole Fornander, quarterback for Garden County here on the sideline. They're checking out the right knee. He is struggling to put much weight on it. He's walking now a lot better than his running just was. He did a test run, and one knee was buckling, the other was not. But this is a tough kid. He's talking his way into staying in the game. Just threw a couple of pills to knock that pain down in his mouth. He's looking like he wants to get back in. He's been saying that. It'll be a right knee that we'll be keeping an eye on.
Thank you, Michael. And obviously a huge storyline impacting Garden County as we see great DB play by Carver Corfield. Andy and Jace, both of you can appreciate what we see here on the replay.
Corfield did a really good job of waiting at the last second. Getting his hand in there, batting that ball away. No, there was no decision there for the official. Is that pass interference? Is it not? No, that was just solid defensive play.
Yeah, great heads-up play, coming in at the right moment to break that pass up.
Billiter zipping it in there, and oh, wow. You had Barber take a huge hit after that incompletion.
And when I would have to play receiver, that was kind of a thought I was always left with. If I'm going to take a shot, I might as well catch the ball, too.
Might as well hold on to the ball. Yeah, Lobner kind of made him pay for that, not catching the ball right there. Good hit at the end of the play. Just those are the ones you kind of got to catch right in the hands, right in the breadbasket, as they say.
Sets up third down and 15, 2:49 remaining in the opening quarter. 0-0 your score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard.
And Barber's going to get a few more opportunities, don't you worry. He's going to have a couple more passes coming his way.
Billiter's pass nearly intercepted off the fingertips of Jace Roberson. Falls incomplete and sets up fourth.
And I think Derek Kelly had a shot at it for the offense after the tip drill.
Yeah, don't be afraid to see a lot of tip catches and passes here tonight. Yeah, I think it starts with Garden County's rush to the football and try to get to Billiter as quick as they can. Been doing a pretty good job of containing him, make sure he doesn't roll outside.
Well, that was Hammond that got his hands on the ball.
All right, fourth down. Here we go for Southwest. And not going to do it.
Nope.
Ball got to Kelly. It'll be a turnover on downs, and the Eagles take over.
A little misdirection there, but I think Kelly kind of ran into the the official here in the middle of the field.
Absolutely. It looks like a shovel pass right there. Ref gets in the way for a second. But all in all, just good rallying by Garden County's defenders, making sure he's short of the sticks and just wrapping up like you said.
There he is, that 7th defender. No.
All right. Well, it looks like Fornander is back out there for Garden County.
Boy, he's going to give it a go. Like Shively said, he's a tough kid.
Actually, maybe I spoke too soon. That was Corfield, rather, taking the snap. I saw the 4, and it goes to Lobner. So my apologies. So Fornander being tended to for the time being still.
Yeah, you want to be sure that he's, close to 100%, or that knee's not going to get worse if he does get back into the game.
Absolutely, but also pretty good pass there by Corfield. Under pressure, pulls out, just dumps it off to the flat to Lobner. Able to turn up field for a good, solid chunk of yardage on first down, and staying ahead of schedule is key.
Not much there.
Hammond, Gage can. Hammond firing like a cannon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right up the alley. And that's that running back we were talking about earlier, Kyan Kramer. That's a tough back to bring down.
Yeah, so absolutely great approach there by Hammond. Coming off the end, recognized that jet pass or jet handoff. Read it well, read it perfectly, wrapped up, and held him to a 3rd and long right here.
Met him right at the line of scrimmage.
Third down and about 9. Pressure coming and taken to the ground. Lobner goes down, and it's Hammond again making a play.
Back-to-back splash plays for Gage Hammond. He's had his ears pinned back on that one.
I love it. Not falling for any head fakes or, jukes. That's the biggest thing in 6-man football is open field tackling. It's one of the toughest things to do, but he read that perfectly coming off the edge. And, a huge play on 3rd down. It's going to force a tough punt for Garden County.
Again, Fornander doing everything in his power to try to work out that knee. You saw how Garden County's offense not able to do much without him on that series. A 3-and-out. Punt will be downed at the 22, and Southwest takes over.
I don't know, Chase, but I've been very impressed with both of these defenses. I don't want to take anything away from these offenses being slow or, the game's too big. Any of that. I just think we're seeing solid 6-man defense. You're talking about tackling in open space. Both of these teams are doing a phenomenal job.
Absolutely, and that might tie into, it's a state championship. There might be some jitters playing on this big stadium. Also, these kids haven't played on turf a whole lot. You got to remember that. And tackling and all these aspects of the game are a little different just knowing you're going to be on turf. And like you said, defenses, they have come to play tonight.
Yeah, defense is a little quicker on the turf too.
Yeah.
And Billiter, completion to Connor Weaver. Not much there. Great defense by the Eagles.
Yep, there's that discipline once again, staying with your man.
That's all Brenneman's job right there as a linebacker. He sees someone coming out to his flat. He has to go with it. Able to force him out of bounds for even a loss on the play. That's just textbook out of the linebacker position from Brenneman.
And Houston Billiter, you always hear in the NFL terms, get on platform, stay on platform. I don't know if his feet are really ever underneath him. He just throws from any angle, anywhere.
This time he overshoots Kelly. And you mentioned in the pregame, Billiter holding every single possible passing record ever at Southwest. Yards in a game, career, season. He is the guy that has come through Southwest.
Yeah, just over 5,300 yards for his career. Not
pretty
bad.
decent.
Yeah.
Well, actually, let's ask Chase. Is that good?
That's
okay.
Very good.
All right. Second only to you, right?
No, I'm not me. I wasn't a throwing quarterback. I was more of a running stuff.
Sets up 3rd down and 17. Billiter again to the air, overshoots his target, falls incomplete, and Southwest, I imagine, will be forced to punt.
And they're behind the sticks, 4th and a very long ways here. 4th and 17.
It just looked like the pressure got to him from Garden County again, and you got to credit the defensive linemen in Garden County. I know it's only 3 guys, but they definitely got home and kind of disrupted that pass, maybe a forced throw. Almost had a chance to be intercepted, a little too high, but again, another drive stalling out.
Well, and all those passes, they're underneath.
Right.
And the defense is right there. Even when they're completed, they're right there.
Good punt. Down at the 30.
So this Eagle offense, they've had some opportunities, some short fields to work with, just haven't been able to capitalize on them yet.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. Both defenses, I'm sure they have the bend, don't break mentality like you were talking about. So getting to the red zone is just as hard in 6-man. The field shortens a lot. I know we're already on a short field, but it shortens even more.
You're getting a look at Christian Arterburn, Southwest head coach, as imagine this will be the last snap of the quarter. It's dumped off. Short little pickup, first reception of the game for Javis Underwood. And that'll take us to the second quarter.
This is just a phenomenal job of a mush rush, you could say.
Right.
Understanding what the offense can do, who can move, advance the ball up the field, keeping it in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Garden County, you couldn't run with that ball, so he had to kind of wait around, make sure he found an open receiver, able to cut the yardage in about half on what they need. So bring it about second and about 8 or 7, and they'll take that absolutely going to the end of the first quarter.
Don't go anywhere. It's 0-0 here in Kearney. Deadlocked as we head to the second between Southwest and Garden County.
This broadcast is brought to you by Ag Edge for all your crop insurance needs, rural riders, and by Vitalix Inc. Sydney, manufacturing livestock feed tubes to meet your every need. From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
No score yet here in the 6-man state championship game. Checking out the action on the sideline. All eyes on Cole Fornander, quarterback for Garden County. Still looking at his knee. The local trainer for Garden County was really more of a therapist there for a bit, talking to Cole about why he can't go back in the game at this moment and making him know you got to trust your teammates in this moment. He's doing an excellent job keeping his spirits up. Now
And I think that will perhaps get his spirits up. Javis Underwood with a huge touchdown, and there's no laundry on the field.
That's wild, being able to throw that ball. I think it was a two-handed pass over the top.
Good heads-up play by Kramer. I mean, that is about as 6-man as you can get it right there. Little backyard football action. Finds Underwood all alone, and he's able to scamper into the end zone to put up the first points for Garden County and the game.
I mean, how about Kramer there? The awareness to scoop the ball up off the turf and then avoid a tackle and then be able to deliver a touchdown pass like that.
Okay, well, we want to let Michael finish his thought again. Let's go back down to him as he's talking about Fornander, and we'll see what the rest of the report, as whenever you have a live report, obviously something big happens in the game. Back to Michael.
Hey, guys, that was some exciting football, wasn't it? Yeah, had to hand that off to you there for a moment because the drama on the football field getting going. But tip of the cap to the training staff here at Garden County, taking good care of Cole Fornander. And then the local trainers here that are on site because of the stature of this game from New West here in Kearney. Now they're the ones that were examining him. He's still sitting up on the training table, and a bunch of shaking of heads right now. I don't want to rule him out for the rest of the game, but it's not looking good, at least for this quarter, and certainly in doubt beyond that.
Thank you, Michael. And again, thoughts go with Fornander regardless of how things play out tonight. The young man is a junior, so he'll be back next year, but we still have a whole lot to play out this evening, and right now his team up 6-0 after that play.
And it took someone to break a tackle, right, Chase? I
Right.
mean, we're talking about that's key in six-man. It's key in all football. If you want those big plays, those big splash plays, touchdowns like that, so you're going to have to make somebody miss. And you saw it right there. Kyan Kramer not only scooped the ball up off of the turf, avoiding, a loss through the fumble, he also shed a tackle and then was able to complete that touchdown pass.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where the missed tackles come in, and they are costly. One missed tackle could turn into 6 points just like that. So it was a breakdown play, and, not much you can do about that. But all in all, if you're Southwest, you got to just take that one on the chin and go down and get 6 of your own.
That goes through the back of the end zone for a touchback. We'd like to remind you tonight's coverage of the six-man state final is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Also, Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. And Woodhouse Auto, convenience delivered every time. Brandon Axman, Andy Class, and Michael Shively, Chase Wilkinson with you here for the six-man state final live in Kearney on NCN. We started the second quarter with a bang. You just saw it, a 42-yard touchdown pass from Kramer to Underwood to get the scoring started. And now we'll see if the Rough Riders can respond.
We've seen it sometimes in a basketball game. Once the scoring starts, it's kind of contagious. Let's see if Southwest can find an answer.
And Billiter finds his target and bringing it down. That is Kelly. Again, that's his favorite or second favorite target on the season, who had 511 yards entering tonight.
Well, Kelly just did a nice job settling down in the soft spot of the defense. Went up and got it in some traffic there towards the end of that play.
And Derek Kelly as an end, he's not new to catching passes. Has 9 receiving touchdowns on the year. Able to take a pretty contested ball and take a hit at the end of that play to be able to first down. That's exactly what you need for Southwest to move the ball quick.
All right, fresh set of downs here for Southwest. And Billiter on the keeper, nowhere to go. He's tackled by a pair of Eagles. Let's go back down to the field to Michael.
Guys, keep an eye on number 13 on white tonight for Southwest. It's Braxton Hammond. He is a wide receiver with one arm. It's cut off below the elbow. He was born that way. The team, they run him from right to left so that he can trap it with his one arm. He has 13 catches this year for 300 yards. He's dealt with this his whole life, never views it as a challenge. His side hobby, team roping. His family and grandpa own some cows. They have a family ranch. He ropes on the ranch, plays some good football too, not letting what he was born with affect him at all. An inspiring story for the Rough Riders.
Thank you, Michael. And you love to hear stories like that. Braxton Hammond, Coach Arterburn said the same thing. This guy, it doesn't matter what hand he was dealt. He's going to play hard, and they incorporate him throughout the offense. He's been a key player throughout the season, and they might need him to make some plays tonight. Currently down by 6 as we have our first time out of the half.
Don't forget to stop by the Custom Sports Stand to pick up your souvenir apparel and programs for the NSSA State Football Championship.
So that is Christian Arterburn, who's talking to his team there, who has been with Southwest for 7 years, and he's a Brady grad of 2011. Andy, you mentioned, played Doane, played safety for the Tigers. Another similarity to Mr. Chase in the booth with us.
Yeah, and it's kind of, we talked about the defense from both these teams. Non-surprising that both of these head coaches are former defensive backs at the collegiate level. Chad Dorman of Garden County playing right here his college ball for the Lopers. Then we have Christian Arterburn, like our guy in the booth here, former Doane Tiger.
Billiter picked off coming out of the timeout. That's an INT for Wilsey Lobner, his 4th interception of the season. And the Eagles take over with the first turnover of the night.
Boy, and you can really feel the momentum now shift towards Garden County. Nice adjustment to the ball. That's just Lobner keeping his eyes in the backfield. That pass clearly kind of offline to where Billiter wanted to deliver it.
Yeah, off throw, like he said, just right place, right time for Lobner. Able to take it, break a tackle, get some extra yardage, and like you said, they kind of have all the momentum right now, especially after that interception.
Yeah, it kind of feels like everyone's kind of elevated their game, knowing that their guy, had a knee injury earlier, and Fernander. Now everyone's kind of elevating, doing a little bit more.
Goes to Kramer, who is upended by Barber after a decent gain.
Yeah, they're never going to get too far away from that power rushing attack.
And nothing's wrong with it if you pick up about 7 yards a pop. They can do that all the way down the field, especially when you got a guy like Kyan Kramer running the football for them.
Yeah, and that's just, boy, you got so much yardage before first contact there. That's tough for any defense to handle.
Eight minutes remaining before halftime. There's a pitch and room to run for Lobner. It's a foot race, and Lobner will win it. He finds the end zone, 31 yards out, and Garden County adds to its lead.
Oh, that's a tough pill to swallow because the Rough Rider defense, they're really crowding the line of scrimmage, had almost all 6 guys stacked in that box, and you still broke contain. Credit to this Eagle offense and what they can do through their rushing attack.
Absolutely, and Kyan Kramer just had that nice run the previous play. He also threw in a crucial block on the end, able to get that end, a separation around the edge to get that touchdown. And, I mean, he could do it all, and that's kind of the next man up mentality. Everyone's elevating their game for Garden County with that injury.
Yeah, whether it's Lobner, it doesn't matter. Corfield, you just cannot allow these guys to get to that sideline.
18th rushing touchdown of the season for Lobner. And so here is what is a 1-point conversion, again in 6-man, so the 1-point conversion is good. That'll make it 13-0 Garden County with 7:48 to play. Stay with us. You're watching the 6-man state championship on News Channel Nebraska.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Welcome back to Ron and Carol Cope Stadium, Foster Field on the campus of the University of Nebraska, Kearney. Garden County up 13-0 after that Lobner 31-yard touchdown run. So, Chase, so far, what are we seeing from Southwest that isn't working, and what do they need to do to start manufacturing some points here?
Well, they haven't really had a lot of, drives, really. A couple drives. That last one ended in interception. They haven't found their groove in terms of offense. They'd have a couple big plays that'll get them a first down or a big chunk of yardage, but they can't follow and kind of put the drive together. So maybe just starting back to the basics, maybe picking up this first down is the most crucial one, and just slowly try to move your way down the field, get your offense in a position to score, and you're right back in the football game.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, 13 points, they can overcome that. They've done that before. It just kind of feels like their vertical passing game has left them a little bit here.
Absolutely.
Biller to the air. Big hit, but holding on there is Kelly.
Boy, Chase Robertson came rallying up. He delivered a lick, but how about Kelly with those hands? I've seen that a couple times now where he's taking a lot of contact, especially after the catch, and he's able to hold on.
Yeah, and those are crossing routes. Looks like Garden County's doing a really good job of kind of figuring out their crossing schemes and patterns in terms of passing. Yeah, you said Jace Robinson came up, made him pay for it.
This is where I'd like to see Southwest be patient. Keep throwing those 5, 6, 7-yard routes. Take your time, methodically get up the field.
Little jailbreak screen type action, and it's a big pickup for Barber up the sideline across midfield. The biggest play of the night for the Rough Riders.
And there it is, Brandon. Short pass, big play, big yardage chase. That's exactly what you're talking about.
You just called it, too. Yards after catch. Just dumps it underneath to Barber. Makes one man miss, and that's the thing. 6-man, you make one man miss. Could be daylight, and he used the sideline as an opportunity, able to get upfield, get another first down, and this is exactly what you need to do.
And you see how tough that really is, that open field tackling, because we just saw Chase Robertson, a play ago, deliver quite a stick, sure-handed tackler, but, man, you give these shifty running backs and receivers that much room to work with, it's a tall order.
Absolutely.
And again, the pressure came in. Billiter dumps it off. Actually, will go down as a loss of about a half yard.
Yeah, and that's a total game of cat and mouse. The blitz was on, so Billiter was looking for his release valve there. Ball got tipped a little bit. Otherwise, they might have been able to get some yardage there, but the pressure breaks the pipes. It does get home enough to deflect that pass.
Yeah, and the ends from Garden County, they've been doing a really good job. Chase Robertson, Lane Brenneman, coming off of the edge and getting pressure early is key in terms of going up against a pass-heavy offense.
More pressure for Billiter. Off his back foot, out of play.
Pass is incomplete. Brings up third down and 15.
Be sure you stay tuned for our halftime show, brought to you in part thanks to Western Select Genetics, with a location near you. And Western Select Genetics would like to say, roll Riders. Also, don't forget RMV Construction helping bring you our halftime show. RMV Construction, trusted local improving, with locations in Kearney and Lincoln.
Roll Riders. I kind of like that. Advertisers getting in on, letting you know where they're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Such a cool mascot, too. Rough Riders.
It fits them well.
Right now, Rough Riders looking for points. Another dump off. And a chance for yards. Excellent play by Barber. He was corralled and taken to the ground. It'll set up, looks like about 4th and 5.
What an adjustment there from Houston Billiter, the quarterback. Last time ball got tipped, that time going over top. And that's how you slow down that pass rush. Get a couple passes, dump off passes over the top. I was thinking, get half the yardage here so you can pick up the next half on 4th down. They got that and a little bit more. Fourth down, but very manageable here.
Absolutely. You definitely want to just cut that in half in terms of 3rd down, especially when you're on this side of the 50. You know you're probably going to go for it, and that's exactly what you need to do. Good run at the end by Barber, getting a couple extra yards, just running hard.
Oh, no. We've seen that a couple times now.
Sadly, that's Barber a little over-eager there.
When they had a different look, they had that diamond set trio of receivers to the top of your screen. They had something cooked up. It's going to put the offensive coaches back to the playbook here. So it's going to be 4th and a little bit longer.
Yeah, just trying to draw them off sides. We used to call that freeze. Just go up to the line, no one move, and then we'll adjust from there. But Barber kind of moved way too early. And again, no matter what class, penalties are big, miscues and could potentially be drive killers.
Is that where he's telling his quarterback, Houston Billiter, hey, easy on that hard count. You got me.
4th down, here we go. Billiter connects. That'll move the chains. 1st down after he finds Kelly for his 5th reception tonight.
And did you see that, Chase? That time he wound up, he was on platform, was balanced, and he delivered a laser right down the seam. Great anticipation. Led that receiver to where he needed to get to. That was high-level execution on a you-must-have type of a play, 4th and long.
Yeah, great poise there by Billiter, knowing that, you got 2 rushers coming your way, set your feet, plant, cross-field pass. I mean, I tell you what, Derek Kelly's coming alive in terms of the passing game. He's kind of been their favorite target.
And Kelly knew he was going to take a shot at the end of that catch once again.
1st and goal to go from the 8 in the hands and out. It drops to the ground, unfortunately, for Braxton Hammond.
Hammond tried to pin that ball in there to his pads. It just bounced out on him. Right there. Lobner got over there just a half step late. The opportunity was there for the Southwest.
All in all, but what a great throw by Billiter. Yeah. Just gunslinging it across the field to the right. Roll off the balance throw. Put it right on the money.
2nd down and goal. And Billiter complete down at the 1 after Gage Hammond makes the catch.
He's going to be a little short now. If you're Garden County, you know what they're going to do. They're going to run the ball. Right. But here with Southwest, their entire playbook is wide open. They love utilizing that short passing game, dump passes, rollouts, bootlegs. So you really don't know what Southwest is going to do here offensively in the short yardage situation.
It was a touchdown-saving tackle by Cayenne Kramer. 3rd down and goal to go from the 1. Billiter hands it off, and it'll go down for a loss. Barber unable to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just way too much penetration. Big fellas up front there for Garden County.
Yeah, they knew that, if they were going to go to a tight formation with 2 backs, they're probably going to run it. Garden County read that like a book, able to get some, surge and push through that line, able to stop them and make it 4th down.
They need 3 yards. And Billiter finds his target. Touchdown, Derek Kelly. His 10th of the season. The first tonight for the Rough Riders, and Southwest is on the board.
Boy, it was the Kelly show the entire way. Drag route across the end zone. The Billiter was looking for him the whole way. He saw that little separation, put it right on the money.
Yeah, absolutely. Kelly just able to get separation. Not bad defense, just better offense on that play. Good throw by Billiter, and that's exactly what you needed to do. Just take your time, get down the field, put a drive together, and put up points.
A couple 4th down conversions.
So this is for 2 points. The kick, no good. It'll stay a 7-point game. Garden County 13, Southwest 6. But the Rough Riders, they get on the board a little past the halfway point of quarter number 2. Stay with us. You're watching the 6-man state championship on News Channel Nebraska.
This broadcast is brought to you by Highline, speeds that keep up with your life and pricing that won't slow you down. And by Western Trails Insurance. Call Liz Lloyd at Western Trails Insurance for all your insurance needs at 308-772-1044.
Ready for work or the weekend? The 2025 Ford F-150 from Woodhouse Ford is built to handle it all. Take advantage of special financing and exclusive offers happening now. Visit us in-store or online at woodhousefordblair.com.
Welcome back to Kearney, Nebraska. Brandon Axman, Andy Klassen, Michael Shively, Chase Wilkinson. We have a 1-possession game after Houston Billiter hits Derek Kelly for the touchdown, a 3-yard pass on 4th down. Makes it a 7-point game, 13-6. Garden County on top, and they prepare to receive with 4:25 to play before half. And that kick goes out of play, and that'll be an illegal procedure.
Now, a really nice looking drive there for Southwest and their offense. Kind of a gut check type of a drive. Not only did they have to answer down by a couple scores, they converted a couple 4th downs, and one of them was a 4th and long on their side of the field. Got to have a type of play. When you mentioned him earlier there, Brandon, Derek Kelly, the sure-handed junior, 6'2 junior, going up and making multiple plays throughout that drive.
And that just goes to show you that you can really do a lot on offense, even if you're on 4th down. And I think that's a big motivation thing towards Southwest, knowing like, hey, we got down by 13 early, but we went right down the field and made some tough throws, tough catches, able to get in the end zone. We're right back in this game.
Yeah, and a couple of the go-to guys that has delivered consistently throughout the season for Southwest kind of showed themselves there, or shown through, with Derek Kelly hauling in some passes, and then Hammond. You also had Billiter delivering a couple of really nice-looking balls.
The Riders, good run on 1st down. That one carried by Lobner, who had the most recent Eagles touchdown. We'd like to remind you to stay tuned for our halftime show, where we will be taking a look at our halftime highlights. Brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, where they have stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations.
Yeah, Lobner showed you his speed that last drive getting to the sideline. He has over 1,000 all-purpose yards, 950 rushing, over 200 receiving. So he's one of those do-it-all type of players over there for the Eagles offense.
There's Kramer refusing to go down. Kelly finally helps him get to the turf after a short pickup.
And Chase, you're an old defensive back, played for, at the next level, the collegiate level. Just the body type of Kyan Kramer, the way he carries himself, the way he runs, he's one of those guys you don't really look forward to.
Absolutely not, especially in watching film on those teams on Monday where, hey, their running back's a pretty big dude. He likes contact. You're just sitting there, oh, man, I got to go up another one of these big guys. But, I mean, this is a big question, in terms of Southwest stopping Garden County's running game.
Yep. Back to Lobner. He's hit.
Might be a little short.
Yeah. Looks like it will bring up 4th down.
But there's where he had all 6 defenders kind of crowding that line of scrimmage, all 6 of them within that box. Last time they did that, Garden County was able to bounce it outside.
Yeah, they got to be mindful here on 4th and short.
And a quick count, and it's Kramer who does get the first down.
Yeah, good blocking up front. Kramer had that right away. After that, you mentioned the quick count.
Just got right underneath. Just refusing to go down.
Under 3 to go here in the first half. Garden County up by 7. Looking to add to it before the break. Southwest will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. A rare pass by the Eagles. Receiver is open. It's caught. Touchdown, Garden County. It's Lane Brenneman. His 5th touchdown of the season. Carver Corfield, the quarterback, to throw it.
Corfield did an excellent job lining up that I formation set, then rolling out, and he knew exactly where that read was supposed to be. Flag route to that corner pylon, put it on the money.
Absolutely. Yeah, put it on the money indeed. I mean, what a throw across the field. Able to find Brenneman and able to haul it in. That was a perfect pass.
And you're going to get a horse collar tackle at the end of this one at the goal line. So they're going to, offense had the option. Do you want to tack it on now or the kickoff? Looks like they're going to go with the kickoff.
Personal foul, illegal horse collar tackle on the defense. The penalty being assessed on the kickoff. Touchdown.
So how about that? Here is Carver Corfield. His first touchdown pass of the season, mind you. 4 of 11 coming into tonight. How about coming in relief and throwing one up to your buddy in the biggest game of your career?
And he couldn't have placed that any better.
I think the funny thing was that they were trying to stop the run all drive, and then next thing you know, they get a play action and score a touchdown in the air right over your head.
Well, and that's just it, that strong running presence where you have multiple backs, with over 700 yards. That kind of forces the defense's hand, that one-on-one. And you saw the defender lose that step there because you're loading up in the box with that additional defender trying to shut down the run.
19-6. Southwest with 2:20 to work with. We'll be back here on NCN.
We were camped out for Black Friday. It was cold. The wind was howling like a lone wolf. No moon, no stars, no prayers. About halfway through the night, I lost feeling in my toe. I still don't feel my toe.
Black Friday is not what it used to be. During Black November at Schaefer's, the savings are back on Black Speed Queen laundry pairs. Now with up to $200 in cash back rebates on these reliable machines. Every day is Black Friday in November, now at Schaefer's.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. The Carpet Shop in Norfolk, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk.
Welcome back to the campus of UNK. 6-man state final on NCN. Garden County reasserting itself after Southwest cut it to 1 possession. They come back down. Big pass over the top from Corfield to Brenneman. Failed 2-point conversion attempt, or 1-point rather conversion attempt, leaves it at 19-6.
You're going to get that additional yardage for that horse collar tackle at the goal line. I believe Garden County's been kicking it through the end zone anyway, so this one, unless they try something different.
It hasn't really mattered. They could try to catch them off sides and maybe do a squib.
Off to kick it through the end zone, touchback. And the Rough Riders will take over. And again, you're playing this thing out a little bit if you're Southwest. Don't panic, obviously, if you score before half. Then you get the ball to start the second. You're okay still.
I think the biggest danger here is that you want to answer Garden County in that big play, but you also don't want to put that ball in harm's way. Maybe a turnover comes to mind, and then allowing Garden County to get that, last-minute opportunity heading into the break, coming off of turnover.
Billiter being flushed out of the pocket, tackled from behind. That was Brenneman, who just did all the running on that 37-yard touchdown. Billiter gets a few.
We said there's going to be some overlap between offensive and defensive players here tonight. Billiter did a good job, though, getting out of bounds, stopping that clock.
Yeah, just great pursuit also by Brenneman. Like you said, having the touchdown on the last drive, able to make his presence felt on defense and also still being a factor, causing that pressure, causing Billiter to go to his right. Does get out of bounds, so he does pick up a couple yards, but just all in all, the pressure is still there.
Billiter crossing route, and it's just off the hands of Gage Hammond.
Well, I think Hammond kind of turned his head and was looking to get some yardage after the catch, but you got to secure the catch, Brandon.
That does happen sometimes, trying to look upfield, and he wouldn't have many people in his way if he caught that ball and looked upfield. Maybe one guy to miss. He's going to be kicking himself for that one.
Yeah, it was a little tough. It was behind him, a little high,
Right.
But yeah, he got two hands on it.
So 3rd and 13. Big down here for the Rough Riders. And the trick play doesn't work. 500. And it falls to the ground. So you got the ball to Derek Kelly, who tried to pass, but that defense was not fooled.
Boy, and Braxton Hammond did a really nice job turning into a defender for the Rough Riders. Look at number 13, bat this ball down, not allowing for that interception.
Yeah, you said it, and Underwood just getting pressure to Billiter early, had to force a dangerous, ill-advised throw. Luckily, that didn't turn into an interception, and then gave Garden County great field position.
Exactly right. I think Kramer was looking for offensive pass interference.
So, to your point, Andy, like 23-ish seconds come off the clock in that 3-and-out possession for Southwest, and Garden County now with plenty of time to work with on the flip side.
Boy, that's just how big those negative plays can be, especially down the stretch. And time's not really a factor here. I know we're under 2 minutes, but Garden County has a short field to work with and all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, they can kind of do whatever they want in terms of offense. Wind that clock all the way down, so Southwest doesn't have another opportunity to score before half. Another touchdown here would be big for this Garden County team.
So here's the first play. Pitch to Lobner, who reverses the field, and there is nobody home. That is a 41-yard score. Garden County is starting to take over here.
Yeah, Lobner, with that vision we were talking about earlier, he saw the defense kind of overcommit, overflow to one side. He has that cutback, he has that vision, and then once he gets to the sideline, he's gone.
Yeah. And that's the importance of defense, staying contained, not giving up, the other way, so those cutbacks don't happen. And that just goes to show that one move, and then it's green grass ahead.
Yeah, just one half step, a little hesitation here or there could cause doom. 6 points for the other side.
Two-point kick is through. The Eagles feeling good now. They're up 21. Late here in the second quarter, it's 27-6. Garden County over Southwest. You're watching the D6 State Championship on News Channel Nebraska.
Fuel up for the big game at Speedy Mart on 238th Street in Greenwood. Open 24 hours. We've got the winning lineup, hot coffee, ice cold drinks, and tasty snacks, plus daily specials smoked fresh in our smoker. Need a pit stop? Our bathrooms are the cleanest around. And our friendly staff always makes you feel like part of the home team. Don't get sidelined. Score big on convenience at Speedy Mart, Greenwood.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
27-6, Garden County having a big second quarter here, putting up 21 points in the period up to this point. Southwest was able to find the touchdown once, but turnover and some 3-and-outs have not made it easy for them to hang with the Eagles, but there is a nice return by Jacob Barber.
That's the only bugaboo you could say with Garden County. They scored too fast there, Chase. They're going to give Southwest another crack at it.
Yeah, I know they were talking about it. Just a one-play hitter kind of for a touchdown there, but good return by Barber, able to set up the offense in good field position. 1:32 remaining. They do have 2 timeouts to work with. Plenty of time. No need to panic, but I definitely feel like you need to use up these 92 seconds and not give Garden County another shot at the football.
To your point, just 9 seconds came off the clock from that one play from Lobner, who found the end zone for the second time. There's a completion to Hammond, and he's tackled out of bounds.
And there we go. Hammond, we were kind of hard on him that last drive. One kind of got through his hands that time, hauled it in, got his feet down. Good-looking play. Official's going to ask him for the game clock to be reset there. Signals that the clock that the officials have down on the field did not coincide, did not match up with what we saw on the scoreboard.
Again, reminder that our state championship coverage on NCN is presented by Medica, Liberty First Credit Union, and Woodhouse Auto as we near halftime. And we have a pre-snap whistle. Looks like it's timeout taken by Garden County. So with this timeout, I'd like to remind you that we are on social media here at NCN Sports, Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube. If you haven't, follow us on X at NCN Sports. We love to interact with our viewers. We love to know where you're watching from. We love to see pictures of man caves. And we like to give shout-outs live on the air at halftime, which is coming up. So if you want a shout-out on the air, follow us at NCN Sports. We'd be happy to do it. Also, we send stuff to Facebook and Instagram. And Andy, you are our YouTube guru. What about YouTube? Why should people follow us and subscribe to News Channel Nebraska's YouTube?
All the content gets posted each and every single day, the live news broadcast. We also have Nebraska football now each and every week. Jake Bartecki breaking down what's lively with the Huskers. We also have all of the full game replays. This game here tonight will be put up on our YouTube channel. So you want to see Millard South and West Side? Get over there to our YouTube channel. Check it out.
Bottom line, just subscribe and follow all of our social media handles. You'll be in a good spot as Billeter's pass nearly picked off. It does fall to the ground and will bring up 3rd down and 7.
And how about that game from Sydney and Columbus Lakeview? That's up on the YouTube channel. Instant classic.
Sydney, just like both of these teams, making it to the state championship for the first time. They play in that morning slot on Tuesday. There's another look at the pass. Again, another receiver having to play some DB.
And even though there was double coverage and they got a little bit underneath there, it looked like Barber had a shot at hauling that one in.
Had a couple attempts at it. It looks like off the tip, but all for naught.
So 3rd and 7, and it looks like Southwest will take a timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. 27-6, Garden County leading Southwest with 1:19 to play here in Kearney.
This broadcast is brought to you by McConville Agency. Congrats to the Southwest Rough Riders on an amazing season. Good luck in the state championship. Fanny's Farmhouse. And by Lord's Furniture. Lord's of Indiola is your one-stop shop for hardware, furniture, and appliances.
Back coming out of the timeout, 3rd and 7, and it's an interception. Look out. Lobner with the pick. Could have had nearly a pick six, but we have a flag coming in late. That is the second interception Billiter has thrown tonight. And Garden County continuing to make plays here in this first half.
Late in this first half, too, and Lobner just doing an excellent job playing center field there, just keeping his eyes on the quarterback, staying as deep as the deepest receiver.
Vice.
After the interception,
and you have a face mask on top of it.
on the tackling team.
Lobner, 2
5-yard
picks,
penalty.
2 touchdowns so far, and now setting his team up to put more points on the board before the break.
Boy, I mean, you just have Garden County just keep giving themselves opportunities to tack on extra points here late in this first half. Back-breaking plays.
So Lobner gets the pitch, sheds a defender, runs through a couple others, and will set up the Eagles inside the 10.
See, and that's one of those plays could have been a very short gain or no gain, but you shed that first tackle, get upfield. A lot of problems just start to compile for that defense once that first guy misses.
Absolutely, you said it. And also just taking the rest of this time off the clock. They're in the driver's seat to potentially score again.
Pitch to Kramer. Look out, Kramer says, no one will be denying me from the end zone. A 7-yard rumble. 4 points for the Eagles.
Yeah, you said that just right, a rumble. You saw some of the vision there, too. Cutting it back left to right, just outside the goal line. Knew he had the power, the lean to get it across that plane.
Absolutely. In a goal line situation, you wouldn't really want to have another running back in that spot, able to just use his physicality to get in the end zone.
Man, Garden County scoring 3 touchdowns here in the final 7 or so minutes of the quarter. That 2-point attempt is blocked.
Braxton Hammond.
Yeah, just a real tough stretch for Southwest and their defense, and Garden County making some plays through their defense, setting up their offense in a real nice way down the stretch of this first half.
Absolutely. They've been doing a really good job of kind of shutting down Billiter. Ever since their drive ended in a touchdown, ever since then it's been kind of dormant for that Southwest offense.
Yeah, talk about some defensive adjustments being made over there, that coaching staff. There you get a good look at head coach Chad Dorman. Boy, they made some big-time adjustments after that one scoring drive from Southwest.
Dorman, a Garden County grad himself back in 1993, as we mentioned earlier, played at University of Nebraska Kearney in 97, was a safety, and he's currently a 5th grade teacher for Garden County. Right now he has the Eagles in an excellent spot heading into halftime, 33-6 with 33.9 seconds to play.
5th graders were anything like I remember 5th graders. He's got a lot of patience then as well, and that's probably a good thing for a coach to have down on the sideline.
Southwest, Chase asked this to you, do you try to get more points here? Do you go into halftime and say, let's just regroup? How do you approach this final half minute?
I mean, it is tough to say, knowing, last couple drives ended in INTs. With only 33 seconds remaining, and they're going to take this out. Unless they get a big return here.
A decent one from Barber.
I think the biggest thing is just kind of, after the 2 interceptions, Billiter might be a little rattled in terms of passing. So I think with 1 timeout, there's not really a case. I would probably just maybe do a couple running plays, see what happens, but take it into halftime.
Yeah, you don't need to put the ball in harm's way. Garden County got that space, so it's going to be an uphill climb regardless. You don't need to add to it.
This drive will start on the Southwest 30. Builder slings it to Barber. Gain of about 8.
Real soft defense. None of those defensive backs want to get burned. So giving that little bit of a cushion.
Absolutely. Kind of play prevent in this scenario. Just be deeper than the deepest is what my coach used to say.
That's something that coaches say at all levels. Pop Warner, middle school, high school.
We got 3rd down and 9.
So we might get one more play here, or we'll get at least one more play after that incompletion. 3rd and 9. $33-6 your score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Go green with E15 and fill up at your nearest A stop today. There's a little completion to Kelly. Trying to do the hook and ladder. Garden County picks it up, and the clock does hit zeros. So that's how we will head into halftime. The Eagles are soaring at the break, 33-6 over Southwest. They've done it a number of ways. Southwest did score with 4:25 to go in the second, but after that it's all Garden County. 3 touchdowns in the game's final 4.5 before the break. They're rolling into the locker room with a commanding lead.
It's time to get in the game. When you team up with teammates, you don't need pads or a playbook. 1 hour a week can encourage a student in your community to win in school and in life. Hundreds of young people are waiting for a mentor to show up and build their confidence, character, and hope for the future. Be the teammate every young person deserves. Clock is ticking. Sign up at teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Elevate your drive with the GMC Sierra 1500 at Woodhouse Buick GMC. Explore special financing and current offers happening now. Visit us in-store or shop online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
This broadcast is brought to you by Ag Edge for all your crop insurance needs, rural riders, and by Vitalix Inc. Sydney, manufacturing livestock feed tubes to meet your every need. The halftime show is brought to you by RMV Construction, trusted, local, proven, and by Western Select Genetics, Roll Riders. From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
It's halftime here at Kearney, here at Cope Stadium, and we're excited to be talking to the assistant director at the NSAA, Nate Newhouse. Nate, football season's wrapping up. Always tough to believe when it gets to this point. What have been some of the highlights for you?
It's been a great season. A lot of good competitive games. The weather is probably the number one priority and the number one highlight. We're playing semifinals last Friday in T-shirts and short sleeves, so it's been a great year. It's exciting to see it wrap up.
Well, this is six-man. We see the stadium set up a little bit different. This is in Kearney, everything else in Lincoln on Monday and Tuesday. What's it take to organize this six-man football game?
A good team. The UNK people, Sean Smith and his team do a great job. We appreciate being in Kearney. The CVB here does a fantastic job. We love playing football in Kearney. We'll continue to do so.
Well, you're going to Lincoln here from Monday and Tuesday. It's the 8-man games first, then the 11-man at the nightcap Monday, and then all of Tuesday. What do you want fans that might be heading to the stadium to know what they should expect?
I think we're going to see good football again. The weather's going to be cooperative, good crowds. Come early, stay late, have a good time. It's football season, and we're wrapping it up on a high note.
Well, a couple of things going on in fans' minds regarding football. We're about to have a new class. The 8-man going to 3 different classes, D1, D2, D3. What sorts of things are going through the NSAA's mind as you prepare for that change?
Yeah, it's going to change the way we classify. We will now have a D1, D2, D3. And within those 3 classes, we're going to play a 16-team playoff instead of a 32-team playoff like we currently play in D1 and D2. And they'll go to a 9-game regular season. So I think it's a positive change. I'm looking forward to it.
Now, Class A football has been under a lot of scrutiny. One team that heavily favored here going into this final. How does the NSAA view Class A football and the disparity between the haves and have-nots? Is there anything that can be done to address it?
We're certainly looking into what the classification looks like. We made some changes with no districts in Class A moving forward, so it'll be an open 9-week scheduling process. We always have to have tough conversations about what kind of things do we address with our competitive equity.
Well, I want to always give you a chance to spotlight some of the people that make these games possible, from the referees to training staffs, etc. Who is behind the scenes that helps make everything work in high school athletics?
Well, I want to really appreciate what our schools do. The fans that are showing up, the administration, the coaches, they put on a great show. We love providing an opportunity for them to showcase their talent. So the membership is who wins, and we appreciate everything the membership does for us.
Well, I do want to point out that the head coach here for Garden County. He was complimentary about you, said you were a heck of a football player here for the Lopers. What was it like playing with Coach Dorman?
Chad was great. We had a ton of fun together. He was a year older than me. We had some good football teams. He was a good football player. He really was. So it's fun to see him be successful tonight.
He singled you out. I think he had 4 picks against Wayne State once, so he's loving up on you. His Garden County team looking good tonight. Nate, thanks for organizing all of this. Thanks for the time, and enjoy the rest of the state championships.
I appreciate that. Thank you. You guys do a great job. Appreciate you being here.
It's our pleasure to be here and bring you the 6-man football state championship game. We have more coverage on the way on News Channel Nebraska.
Kick your day into high gear with a stop at Speedy Mart on 85th Street, Lincoln. Whether you're racing to practice, cheering from the sidelines, or just powering through a busy day, we've got the fuel, food, and drinks to keep you in the game. Our fast service and new parking lot make it easy for pumping fuel and getting what you need for the road. With our friendly service, every stop is a winning goal. Speedy Mart, convenience that always scores.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during their early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently, while promoting quick dry down for high-quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Welcome back to the University of Nebraska Kearney Ron and Carroll Cope Stadium. Currently at halftime, 33-6 your score. Garden County with a 27-point advantage. A lot of things happening in the latter stages of that second quarter. Let's take a look at our halftime highlights brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, where they have stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones at either of their Lincoln locations or their location in Grand Island. So starting things off, tough defense. The opening first 2 or 3 possessions for both teams, we were scoreless. That time we have a sack by Southwest Gage Hammond, getting to the quarterback on that occasion, Wilsey Lobner. He would get loose a little bit later in the half. How about this one? First points of the game, you have a fire drill, we'll call it. Ball's loose. Cayenne Kramer somehow throws it, ends up in Javis Underwood's hands, and Underwood goes 42 yards to the house, and we have our first touchdown of the game. It's 6-0 Garden County. That came 12 seconds into the second quarter. Southwest would look to respond. Houston Billiter, this time, though, throwing it across the middle, and it's picked off by the defense of Garden County. Lobner with the interception. That's just the 6th interception that Billiter has thrown all season. But when the Rough Riders get the ball back, this time it's not a touchdown or interception, it's rather a touchdown. Derek Kelly, that was on 4th down, a 4th and 3 conversion. That makes it 13-6 with 4:25 to go. But, Andy, things changed in the final 4:25 for this contest, and specifically Garden County really took off. How about the first touchdown pass ever by Carver Corfield to Lane Brenneman?
Yeah, a little bit of a trick play there, different look. Southwest caught off guard, but the real story was the turnovers, and then there he is, Mr. Lobner, taking full advantage, that vision, able to reverse field, find that sideline, find the end zone.
That was a 41-yarder. He had a 31-yard touchdown earlier in the second quarter, so that's his second rushing TD of the half. Garden County trying to get back into it and put more points on the board before halftime. We called this guy's name before, Lobner. 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 interceptions in the first half, and it would turn into one more touchdown for the Eagles. Cayenne Kramer.
Ooh.
Lowering the boom.
There goes
touchdown.
that man.
33-6 after that.
Yeah, I mean, those were just 2 pretty crucial turnovers in the second quarter, just from Southwest, and ending in both scores for Garden County. And that's just something you can't really have, those miscues, mistakes, those missed opportunities. And it's gonna be a tall task for Southwest to get back in this game, but they do get the ball at half, I believe.
Right.
They can go down, they can get a drive together, and then try to stop this Garden County running game. It is going to be a tall task, but it can be doable.
Well, yeah, and they lost the turnover battle, didn't they? I mean, they fumbled it once, lost that fumble, and then threw 2 picks down the stretch of that second quarter there. And that's really provided Garden County what they needed to kind of expand this lead heading into halftime.
Absolutely. And I just think, Builders throwing those 2 interceptions. Defense is having a tough time stopping the run. But if you're Southwest, don't get down right away. There's plenty of comebacks, especially in the state title. Just don't try to get all those points back right away. Start going back to plays that you're comfortable with, knowing you're going to get points and yards on, and just build these drives, play by play.
Well, let's take a look at that D6 bracket and how these 2 teams got here. We mentioned neither of these programs have been in the state final game, much less won a championship before. So Garden County getting the victory over Silver Lake in the quarterfinals, then in the semis, win over Stewart, the defending state champs. They took down Stewart 44-28 to get here. As for Southwest, victories over Sumner, Eddyville, Miller, who made it to the finals last year, then defeating Red Cloud, and they won that contest 35-0. But right now they are looking for points against Garden County. The other storyline we haven't mentioned since it happened really in that first quarter, but no Cole Fornander for the majority of this half. Right. And while we feel for the young man, the Eagles, they have responded. They have been doing okay even without their starting quarterback.
Yeah, it really feels like everybody kind of elevated themselves and knew that they had to put in just a little bit more because you lost your quarterback in Cole Fernander, a great rusher, a great passer. Everybody had to elevate their game, and, boy, we saw that. You saw a couple of turnovers there. Lobner, he's listed as a linebacker, but, boy, he looked like a free safety center fielder there on that last interception and the return to boot.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was just a next man up mentality for Garden County, having Kyle Quarterfield come into the quarterback position and threw a couple great throws, even a touchdown pass to boot, first one of the season. I mean, everyone's kind of stepped up their game, like you said, and that's good to see, and especially for Cole Fornander, realizing his players and his teammates are doing that for him. It's got to be special. It's sad that he can't, he's not really able to go right now, but his team's doing well.
You're watching the D6 State Championship halftime show here on NCN. We'll be back.
This broadcast is brought to you by Highline, speeds that keep up with your life and pricing that won't slow you down. And by Western Trails Insurance. Call Liz Lloyd at Western Trails Insurance for all your insurance needs at 308-772-1044.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
The halftime show is brought to you by RMB Construction, trusted, local, proven, and by Western Select Genetics, Roll Riders.
The race is on, and Speedy Mart at 5018 South Lincoln Avenue in York is your pit stop for victory. With 12 gas pumps, plus diesel and DEF for semis, showers and laundry for the public, and a new sales floor packed with more snacks than ever, we'll keep you fueled and fresh. Hungry? Grab a slice at our Valentino's Express Pizza. Cross the finish line with a smile, because at Speedy Mart, every stop takes first place.
Get in the game and subscribe to News Channel Nebraska's YouTube channel. Never miss your favorite high school, collegiate, or professional Nebraska teams. Unlike other providers on YouTube, our content is always available and free. Live streams, full game replays, and the state's best original sports and breaking news content. Get the full story, not just the soundbite, at News Channel Nebraska.
News Channel Nebraska on YouTube. You saw it there. Andy's the one leading that charge. And, Andy, what else do we need to let people know about our YouTube?
We saw it right there on the screen there. That was a really fun interview with the Potash Twins, a couple musicians, Grammy winners from Nebraska. They just opened a candy factory in Albion, Nebraska. And it's more than, like the commercial said there, more than just that 90-second hit. Go to the YouTube channel, get that full story.
Well, we ensure that you want to look at that YouTube channel and the Twitter, all the social medias and everything. We want to let you know that this is our RMV Construction halftime show, and tonight we are highlighting the beautiful Yanni Park Pavilion right here in Kearney, Nebraska. It's a $3.7 million project that RMV Construction recently completed. RMV Construction built the 3,600 square foot event space, which features a catering kitchen, wraparound patio, and fire pit. Every detail shows the care and quality that RMV puts into their work. So whether it's a community space, commercial project, or something totally unique, trust the team that brought you the Yanni Pavilion to life. RMV Construction, with offices in Kearney and Lincoln, they are trusted, local, and proven. We have a few more minutes left in our halftime show. Let's go down to the field once again to Michael Shively.
I was able to talk to both head coaches here at halftime, and a little bit happier on the Garden County side. Coach Chad Dorman, he said, don't expect to see Cole Fornander back out there today. He has that right knee injury. We haven't seen him come back in the game, and doesn't look like he's going to make an appearance in the second half. Because of that, talking to Carver Corfield, the replacement, Coach Dorman said he looked at him and said, be the man. And that's exactly what he's done to this point in this ball game. Coach Dorman, though, he said what really was the changing point in that first half was when his team started to establish the run. The key to in the second half for Garden County, keep the pressure up on defense. Talking to Coach Arterburn on the other side of the football field for Southwest, he said it was a motivational message by and large at halftime, saying not to give up. He says they've been backed into a corner before, maybe not quite like this, but that same message, they need to keep swinging, and he wants to see that from his team here in the second half. They are going to make some changes on offense and defense, so look for those. He didn't elaborate on the details, but they did make some changes, and he told his team to stay in this one mentally. Guys, let's have a good second half.
Thank you, Michael. And if they're going to get back into this one with their backs against the wall, Houston Billiter, it's going to be on his shoulders, so we'll see what he can do in this second half. Let's take a look at our road to state. We always like to do these graphics for the state championships. How do these teams get here? So the Rough Riders, they're in Bartley, Garden County from Oshkosh, 191 miles and an 87. So, again, something we talked about, Nate Newhouse and the NSAA, moving this six-man game to Kearney makes a lot of sense for the teams that could be here. And it's a great venue to play, and so that's how both squads made it here tonight.
Well, and Kearney's just such a great host city.
Mm-hmm.
We were treated to so many fantastic UNK games, not just football games, but volleyball games and basketball games over the year. And it's just such a special place to host the championship. I don't think anybody on either side has any complaints playing here at the Cope in Kearney, Nebraska.
Quickly taking a look at our school spotlights. For both of these teams, Southwest, they're the Rough Riders, representing the Republican Plains Activities Conference, enrollment at 65. They're in the 5th NSAA district. We mentioned, have never been to a state championship before. This is their 13th trip to the playoffs, and it's their 4th consecutive year making the playoffs. On the flip side for Garden County, they have been to the playoffs now 29 times in the Minuteman Conference, enrollment at 50 in NSA District 6. But like Southwest, never been to a final, and right now they are poised to win their first ever state championship if things stay as they are. 20 seconds remaining. We promised shout-outs if you followed us at NCN Sports. And John Freezy giving us a follow at NCN Sports. We appreciate that. Also, Doug. Doug is following us at NCN Sports.
All right.
We appreciate Doug doing that. And Preston Gailey, we know that guy. Coach unable to be in the broadcast booth this year, but giving us a tweet. Great game so far, and he's loving watching. The crew and talent are doing a great job on top of some great football. We did not pay Preston to say that. We promise.
Very nice. Thank you, Coach.
We appreciate the support. And again, if you want to, give us a follow. We tweet out our broadcast schedule. We televise hundreds of games every year. We tweet out our highlights, rankings, anything else in between, stories, interviews, all of it goes to our Twitter, in addition to going to YouTube for all of our long form and news content. With that, we are back in football action. Third quarter about to begin. Southwest, very pivotal opening drive here if they want to turn the tides in this one. Oh, Barber on the return, spins away. There you go. Nice quality return at about the 30. So, Chase, how are you starting this drive? What are you doing to get back on the right track?
I just think the biggest thing is taking care of that football. A couple of costly turnovers late in the second quarter. Definitely just start out with comfortable plays for your quarterback, for everyone around, knowing you're going to get positive yardage on. Taking care of the football, getting positive yardage, putting plays together to go slowly move down the drive, down the field, put up points early, and the next biggest thing is trying to get a stop.
All right, we heard Michael say that Coach Arterburn said we're switching things up offensively, and that is Kyan Kramer introducing himself to Barber.
Boy, he's been on fire defensively, offensively, being their bruising style of back, delivering a blow. And nope, we're going to see some of the medical staff come out as Barber was slow to get up.
Rightfully so. He took a shot by Kramer.
Yeah, kind of a vulnerable position there where he was kind of trying to contour his body around, left himself open for a shot, and Kramer delivered it.
Oh, worth another look. A great catch by Barber, and Kramer there to end the play.
Boy, and he broke up the reception as well. Kind of a classy move here, as you see all the Eagles taking one knee. And this is what I'm kind of curious with, Chase, and I want to get your read on this. If I'm Garden County, I think if I'm one of their coaches during the halftime break there, I'm harping on, let's not get complacent. We have to keep our foot pedal to the metal, because this Southwest offense, all it takes is one big play, and then the floodgates are open. This is a prolific offense, probably one of the greatest passing offenses we've seen in six-man in quite some time. Coach Chad Dorman of Garden County, he made mention of that a couple of times talking to us throughout the week. So if I'm Garden County, I cannot be complacent whatsoever. And that looked like Kyan Kramer's demeanor on that opening shot.
Absolutely, it showed right there. And I just think the biggest thing about halftime is no lead safe going into halftime or coming out of halftime. Anything could happen in six-man football. So the biggest thing is, like you said, pedal to, the message and the motivation does not change. You want to go out there, you want to do what you've been doing all year, getting stops, maybe getting turnovers. But it stays the same for Garden County in terms of defense and offense-wise.
Billiter well over the head of Kelly on that attempt.
I think we're going to get a late hit here on the quarterback. Billiter took a shot, I'll tell you what. That ball was just a little too far out in front of Kelly. There's a good look at Kelly, the sure-handed receiver.
Wonder who they're going to call the flag on. They had multiple Garden County defenders.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
There's definitely a meeting at the quarterback. Garden County just a half step late. And who knows, maybe that's the play, that's the call that's going to spark this offense.
After the penalties marked off, it'll be 1st and 15. Ball will be at the 35-yard
Just got there a little too late.
You saw a step and a half there. Still lowered the shoulder and got into the quarterback. Boy, if that would have been Patrick Mahomes, you saw multiple flags. You saw a stretch out. We have a Chiefs fan in the booth with us.
They're the right call every time. Well, this time they get to the quarterback, and that won't be a flag. Brenneman as well as Underwood corralling Billiter.
Yeah, Garden County, they bring the pressure, but it's always under control. That time making that adjustment, not allowing the quarterback to break contain up the gut, because if he would have got through that first wave of defenders, who knows, he might have been able to bounce it outside for a big chunk run.
Absolutely, and that just goes to show that Brennan and Underwood are just prime defensive ends for this defense. Just like you said, their jobs, know what they have to do. Also, if something happens, they're right there for it.
All right, Billiter finding Kelly on the crossing route. About a 10-yard gain.
Get back to that original line of scrimmage. Going to set up a 3rd and 15, 3rd and 14 maybe.
Also just a good sure tackle at the end of that play by Lobner, making sure that that tackle doesn't get broken, because if it does, he could be going for a first down and potentially 6.
Well, that was a really good view there of Billiter, how he was able to kind of lower his angle and throw around a defender. He's so talented delivering the football as a quarterback.
And Billiter's going to tuck it. Room for Billiter to run. He's out right at the first down marker.
But he did an excellent job knowing where his offensive receivers were at and then using them as blockers down the field. It almost looked like a designed run, the way he was able to reverse field, and the table was set for a big one.
Absolutely. It almost looked like a quarterback counter out of that diamond formation. And knowing that he only had one rusher coming, making that first man miss, and then green grass to the left side of the field, used it to his advantage, used his legs, picked up a crucial, or close to be, made 4th down a little bit easier.
Officially 4th down and 2 here for the Rough Riders. They desperately need to convert. And Billiter finds his target. The drive continues. Kramer with the tackle.
What a play call there on a 4th and short. You saw the 4th down linemen weren't trying to get too fancy, just quick out over the top, enough yardage to pick it up.
It was just really good touch on the ball there by Billiter. Able to get it to Hammond, be the sure-handed, just possession, catch it, go down, and the drive continues, like you said.
It was an 8-yard completion from Billiter to Hammond. 1st and goal to go from the 13. And Billiter overshoots Kelly.
A little miscommunication. That was dangerous. Lobner looking for another pick.
Yeah, Lobner's just been did a good job of being at the right place at the right time. You know, disrupting in the passing game, getting his 2 interceptions in the first half, and then also just playing a big part there, just being in prime position as a defensive back.
Yeah, and on that replay, you really saw what a fantastic job. You mentioned a moment ago, those 2 defensive ends. They crash the pocket, but they don't allow contain to be broken.
Here comes the pressure. Billiter gets it out quick. Searching for Hammond there, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Game of inches. I mean, it was just a little far out in front of him. But Hammond had that half step on the defense.
Half step indeed. Yeah, just a little bit out of reach for the center. That could have been almost, potentially 6 points there. It was about right at the goal line of the pylon. If that completes it, looking at about 1st and goal 1 yard out.
Opening drive of the 3rd quarter here for Southwest. The Rough Riders are needing points. Pitch to Barber. And he's down at about the 3.
Excellent job at the tail end of that run there. Planting that left foot, then getting upfield, understanding that they had contained down the field. He wasn't going to get the sideline, so he brought it back towards the middle of the field and threatened that goal line.
I just like how they went to the running game right there. Yeah. Look, with Hughes Barber as an advantage, he's a very good running back. It's one of the few times they've called a running play, and it worked to their advantage, making 4th down a lot easier.
It did feel like Garden County, the defense wasn't ready for that run.
4th and goal to go from the 2. Billiter in trouble. He dumps it off. He's hit hard. Touchdown, Rough Riders. Barber holds on.
That was bang, bang. And how about Barber? He had a couple tough drops in the first half, makes amends for it. Knew he was going to take a shot at the goal line, holds on. Perfect pitch, too. That was a bang, bang play.
It looked like Robertson was defending another pass, forgot Barber out in the middle. Took a pretty good lick, but all in all, Barber gets in the end zone for this Southwest team.
Couldn't ask for a better start if you're Southwest to this second half.
Absolutely.
Once again, kind of a gritty type of drive. Had to go and, look up a couple of runs, convert on 3rd and long, 4th and short.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty, but they found pay dirt for sure.
Two-point kick is good. So it's 33-14. The Rough Riders coming out of the locker room with points. 6:53 to go in the third. We'll be back. Garden County receives.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. The Carpet Shop in Norfolk, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Welcome back. 6:53 remaining in this third quarter that's brought to you by McConnville Agency, our third quarter sponsor. They say congrats to the Southwest Rough Riders on an amazing season. Good luck in the state championship. That's coming from McConnville Agency, and they certainly are happy at McConnville Agency about that most recent Rough Rider possession that resulted in 8 points and was desperately needed.
This game has a completely different complexion, completely different feel to it now, Chase. That opening drive, that opening touchdown, like we said, they were challenged a little bit, and then also got that kick to go worth 2 points in the six-man game.
Yeah, absolutely. Those kicks are just as important as basically getting in the end zone, knowing that they're 2 points worth. I love it how Southwest just went down and scored right away coming out of the halftime break. But this is going to be the big question. Can they stop Garden County's running offense?
A pitch to Kramer here on first down. He's tripped up for a short gain.
Yeah, a little bit of a bobble of the football early on there, and he was able to get outside, but it looked like Hammond clipped him just enough from that defensive end position, didn't let him get a full head of steam and find that sideline. Yeah, the pitch was just a little behind.
Yeah, and those pitches are crucial. You got to make sure if you're pitching the football to your back or quarterback, it's got to be right on the money, no high reach or out of reach, and that could cause havoc and turnovers.
This time it goes to Lobner. He gets about 2.
Yeah, misdirection didn't lead to much there. Good on Southwest, staying home, backside of the defense, top of your screen, not taking the bait and coming down.
Not taking the bait, indeed, and that's what those counter plays are designed to do, trying to over-excel the defense, trying to catch them off guard or trying to force them to one side of the field. Good job by Southwest for staying home.
And that's how Southwest's offense really got started. You remember Billiter with that misdirection run from the quarterback position. Everything was flowing right. He took it back left.
3rd down and 8. Tried to go for a dive up the middle, and the Rough Riders are not fooled. Kramer is thrown back.
Boy, and that just felt like the momentum that the offense brought to that opening drive bled over to that defensive effort right there. Looks like a 3-and-out, obvious punting situation, but hey, we've seen crazier things before.
That was the big question mark, is coming in on this drive in terms of defense for Southwest. They got the job done, potentially got the stop, and now you might have another chance on offense to go down the field again.
Boy, they're not even sending a punt man back. They are having none of it as far as allowing for a fake.
And that'll roll down at the 24. While we switch and Southwest prepares to take over, we'd like to remind you that here at News Channel Nebraska, we're excited to be celebrating 10 years, and we're doing it through our Gift to Nebraska promotion, which is 10 giveaways for 10 years, and the prizes range from $1,000 cash to Nebraska versus Iowa tickets, a stay at the Lead Lodge in Nebraska City, a beef package from Nebraska Star Beef, and more. All you need to do to have a chance to win these great prizes is sign up by simply visiting newschannelnebraska.com and clicking on Our Gift to Nebraska. Southwest taking over after scoring on their opening drive of the half, and Billiter going for it. And it was just too far out in front of Braxton Hammond.
Oh, and Hammond was wide open. He got his defender on his back hip and was getting that separation. You know, we've seen it a couple of times. That's where Billiter just has to put a little bit more air under the ball, allow for his receiver to run underneath of it.
Yeah, absolutely. That was close to being a huge hitting play. But you got to credit Garden County's defensive ends for making some sort of pressure or having their presence felt in the backfield, causing Billiter to kind of throw under pressure. And that's the kind of stuff that happens. Maybe a throw that's too long or too short.
And that's where you don't have to be perfect as a quarterback. Just get it out there, let your guy go make a play.
Let him run under it.
Yep.
And that one off the hands of Hammond.
Good double coverage. He had underneath. He also had over the top. Nice job by Corfield coming over the top and batting that one away.
It's been a couple times where Garden County's defensive backs have just been kind of right place, right time. Like you said, Corfield just a little behind him, but also just patting that ball down. That's a huge play if you're on Gardens County's defense.
That's a very difficult pass to complete, going over the top of the underneath coverage, the linebacker, but underneath the safety that has his eyes on it.
And this time finding Hammond, that'll be a 2-yard gain.
Kramer is so good defensively from that linebacker spot. He's reading his keys. He knows the offside guy that's not blocking. He's going to be the release valve. He looks him up each and every time. Comes away with another tackle.
And also just making sure tackles, not letting, wrapping up, making sure you're getting them down, not falling forward. Those are critical things that are, they might be little things, but they can add up to make big differences in this game.
Boy, and that was a huge defensive stop there for Garden County. They dodged a bullet. There was a big play there. Southwest just wasn't able to connect.
So the Rough Riders forced to punt after a 3-and-out. So be down to the 13.
That's a couple big plays already in this first half through the kicking game from Houston Billiter. The quarterback made that PAT that's worth 2 in the 6-man game, and that was a big punt flipping the field.
41 yards.
So under 4 to play in the third quarter as Garden County will take over for the second time this half. Our high school coverage of the 6-man state final is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Also presented by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. And Woodhouse Auto, convenience delivered every time. Here is Kramer on first down.
Ooh.
And he's still going. Look out. Kramer dragging defenders. And that is a 17-yard pickup.
On that occasion, Bo Truska, the defensive end, actually got out there, forced Kramer to run it back in, and Kramer had the alley that he was looking for. Arm tackles, they're just not going to work here tonight.
Remind me of Cam Scadaba, just continuing to fight through all these tackles, able to pick up a 17-yard gain, which looked to be about a 7-8-yard gain, just gained an extra 10 yards, just continuing and relentless to give up.
Kind of has that body type like Scadaboo as well. That's a good comparison.
And a tackle for a loss as Lobner is swung to the ground.
Heck of a bounce back right there. Cotter with the big play for the Southwest Rough Rider defense.
It's a big loss, about 9 or 10 almost.
Did get the tackle, but did a heck of a job shedding his blocker, disrupting the play, and then allowing that pursuit to get home. Big loss, as you mentioned, Brandon.
Yeah, and you want to keep them behind schedule as well, because you know that Garden County wants to run the football all this second half. And the biggest thing is forcing negative plays in those running games. It's going to be huge. Put them behind schedule and give your offense another chance.
That's an excellent point.
Kramer. Not much there. You had Gage Hammond making the tackle, as well as Braxton Hammond.
Boy, and you mentioned it, Southwest, their defense, they've made an adjustment. They're once again crowding that line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of guys down to help out in run support. Does Garden County. We've seen them go to the pass with a lot of success in the first after they looked that back up here in the second. 3rd and long, we'll see.
And not a lot of plays to run here on 3rd and long. Could potentially be another play-action pass.
And here it is. Corfield throwing it up, incomplete. And that'll force Garden County to punt. It's like you've played this game before, Chase.
Right. Well, I just want to say how well defended that was by Southwest. They kind of read that play action. You're going to see a corner route and kind of like a 5-yard out, but they have man on man right there. It's about as good as coverage as you can get right there.
Yeah, Derek Kelly in perfect position underneath his receiver. The ball would have had to go through him to find that wide receiver.
Line drive punt, and it's fielded by Kelly.
That's a pretty good return. Low kick, coverage was down there. Able to shed a tackle, fall forward. You'll take it.
8 yards on the return.
I think the biggest thing is for Belletter to come back out. He had a couple miscues, couple missed throws last drive. Eventually had to punt, but this is going to be an interesting drive to see what Belletter does to change and kind of make his throws kind of on point, because they've had some open men down the field. He just had made some difficult passes to try to get it to him. So I'm curious to see what he does here.
You have DeMario Cutter in, who gets the pitch for the first time tonight, and not much there. Cutter now looks like he'll be slow to get up.
Yeah, interesting formation there. He had trips at the top of your screen, and Garden County didn't really adjust. They still had their 2 down linemen that were going to apply that pressure and really clog up the middle.
Looks like he hit his head hard at the end of that play against the turf.
So with 1:54 to go here in the third, we'll take a break. 33-14, Garden County leads.
When you have the inventory people want and a team that understands what you need, there's one place to go. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill. Name brand ATVs, side-by-sides, and high-performance machines built for work, made for play. And the service doesn't stop at the sale. Big Red Motorsports delivers, literally. Free delivery with your purchase. It's all here in O'Neill. Big Red Motorsports.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Welcome back. So good to see Cutter to his feet after that hard hit. Still being checked out by the training staff. Here's another look at the play.
Yeah, that last hit right at the end there. You had shoulder pads hitting the helmet. And that's just, defense all converging on the football, trying to get in on the play, make a play.
It's
good to see him walk off the field, though.
You've heard both coaches throughout the week say it. We want to play physical. We need to be physical, and we're not going to shy away from being physical. And we have seen that tonight by both defenses and offenses, for that matter, when you talk about how Kramer and others have been running the ball. Back in action, 2nd and 15, and we are continuing with the physical theme. Hard hit there by Garden County. Good to see that Southwest receiver pops back up. That's Connor Weaver.
Yeah, that's all set up by that initial rush, and then that really limits what Billiter can do with the football. Has to go to those underneath routes, the release valve type of routes, and those linebackers for Garden County, they've been sitting on that route the entire night.
Right. Billiter just can't even, get enough time to look down the field. He has to resort to his checkdowns just because of that pressure, and that plays a big part in, why they have had some struggles on offense, not being able to get those big plays.
It was Jace Roberson with the big hit for Garden County there. Sets up 3rd and long. Ball is on the ground. Billiter just has to dive on it. Excuse me, not Billiter, rather Weaver.
And we haven't even called Connor Weaver's name a whole heck of a lot, but he's been the pitch man. The only time you really notice him is when he has a problem. Feel bad for the young man, kind of like the offensive lineman. We only name him when the flag comes out.
Right, and that's a big negative play, too. That's going to set him back almost another first down. Punting almost from their own end zone.
Yeah, about a 10-yard loss.
High hanging punt.
Boy, Houston does a really nice job with his leg, whether it's field goal kicking, extra point kicking, or in the punting game.
Field position plays a big part with those punts, too, kind of setting them back in their own territory.
Well, you'd have to assume Garden County's going to come back out, try and enforce the run, bleed that clock as we're going to wind down this third quarter. Still up by a couple of scores here.
Ball at the 27-yard line.
It's still like another insurance touchdown or two, I'm sure of that.
Currently up by 19. The only score of the half has been Southwest on their opening drive. And Corfield sheds a tackle, picks up a couple.
He does a pretty good job making that first guy miss, staying on his feet. That looked like a negative play all the way, but he was able to get back that line of scrimmage, maybe pick up a half a yard.
I agree, able to make something out of nothing right there. Might have another injured player on the field.
Right on the sideline.
So we have officials timeout.
We'll bring up second down and 12. We do have an officials timeout for an injury.
Imagine we'll see one more potential snap here. 33-14, rounding out the third quarter. The one score since halftime was the Billiter touchdown to Jacob Barber, a 2-yard pass on fourth down.
Yeah, that was a gritty opening drive there from the Rough Riders offense. And it kind of felt like a spot where they needed to come out and make a statement. Maybe not score, but convert on a couple first downs, move the ball, have some positive plays, and they did just that, kind of put themselves back in this game. Now Garden County's looking to shut that door here offensively, go up by 4 scores.
And taking as much time as they need to do it, too. We're going to be close to the fourth quarter. That's when people start to wear down, get tired on both sides of the ball. That's where you want to establish a running game that gets you, in terms of 6-man, about 5 to 6 yards a pop and keep you ahead of the schedule. And that'd be an ideal situation for Garden County.
Yeah, just breaks the will of the defense while also just draining that clock.
Pitch there to Lobner. That should and will take us to the fourth quarter.
A fantastic job by Bo Truska. We haven't called his name a lot, but that time firing outside, getting contained, making that run go back into the center of the field where the pursuit was there to stop that run.
Good.
Final 10 minutes. Here we come. Garden County up by 19, but it was Southwest with the only points of the third quarter trying to get back into this one. Rough Riders and Eagles, fourth quarter when we return.
Nebraska Public Power District was ready to power the state's ag industry growth in the 70s and the ethanol industry in the 2000s. Today, the need for energy is growing at a rapid pace. We are ready. We are expanding our diverse energy generation mix and building onto an already reliable and resilient infrastructure, not only to power today, but to empower Nebraska's tomorrow. Nebraska Public Power District.
Welcome back. First play of the fourth quarter goes to Kramer. On third down, it'll set up fourth and about 5. Let's go down to the field. Once again to Michael Shively.
Guys, want to do a quick update. The Southwest players starting to get banged up. Both sides getting a little bit banged up here. Demario Cutter, just saw him go down a couple of injuries ago there for Southwest, number 10 in white. He's been a strong player for them. Went to the sideline, got a concussion test. The training staff took his helmet from him and brought it back towards the stands. Don't think he's going to be getting back into this one. He is walking around. He's talking. He's okay, but the helmet removed from him, so not expecting to see Demario Cutter back in the game.
Thank you, Michael. And currently now, sticking with the injury theme, we have Cayenne Kramer, or I believe, who's down for the Eagles. With that, we'll take a break. Actually, just kidding. He's looking to be helped up, which is great to see. But again, if you're just joining us, in the same theme of the injury report, the big injury, as we get another look at Kramer's hit here, is that Cole Fornander, starting quarterback for Garden County, 800-yard rusher, and accounting for 19 touchdowns through the ground, 9 through the air. He has been out since early in this game. He took a hit, appeared to injure his knee, and even with that being the case, Garden County has been all right up to this point.
You know, I was really looking forward to watching Cole play here. You know, you mentioned the 800 yards on the ground, over 550 through the air, and a touchdown to interception ratio that anybody would take 9-1. Credit to Garden County being able to kind of show their depth here offensively and generate so much offense, especially in the latter half of that first half.
So with Kramer going to the sideline for the time being, 4th down upcoming, Garden County will punt it away. That goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Good move there from the return man of Southwest, seeing the trajectory of that football, understanding that it was going to get into the end zone and be brought back out.
43 yards on the punt. They'll come out to the 15-yard line.
So now if you're Southwest, fourth quarter down by 19. Look at that, students.
There you go.
Hey,
it's not too cold.
That's not even the Rough Riders. Those are the Eagles over there. I was thinking they might be the rough and tough guys for Southwest. We did see Garden County during warm-ups without their shirts on,
right,
kind of sending a message of maybe how tough they can be.
To that point, talking to both coaches, as you might expect, with two communities who have never been to the state final, said fan support, school spirit at an all-time high. Droves and droves of fans coming from Bartley and Oshkosh here to Kearney to witness this, and we have pretty well-filled stands here at UNK for this contest as we have a stop in action here.
Yeah, a lot of fans on both sides here of the field. And it kind of has a Class A feel to it, and how loud and rowdy these crowds have been, how big this crowd is, as you mentioned.
Absolutely. There's nothing like playing on this field for a championship, knowing that your whole hometown's behind you in the section. It's just a lot of fun. It's so much more fun to be on the field. I'm kind of itching right now, but I mean, this is great. What a night for football. I mean, what a game. It's been electric so far.
Southwest, they need to make a few more moves here. The clock not their friend, it being a 3-possession game, down 19. As Billiter will scramble and get one, maybe two.
Electing to slide there, not take a shot. I think that's a great idea for him, especially we talked about his injury to that left shoulder. You see the black cast on it there. Didn't want to take that shot, especially where he's kind of nursing an AC type of an injury.
I agree, and especially with Robertson closing in. He's laid a couple big hits tonight, so that's a very smart play by Blutter, just getting down.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't need that either.
No.
And there is Billiter finding Weaver. Weaver shedding a tackler. Set up third and manageable.
Now it looks like Weaver shook up a little bit on the sideline. Slow to get up. Fantastic job working the sideline, making that first guy miss. Picking up a lot of yards after catch. Those yaks.
That's where the missed tackles come to play. Looks like he's going to be stopped about 3rd and 8. Able to keep his balance, keep his feet. Able to get upfield and make third down a lot easier and more manageable, like you said.
Yeah, 3rd and 3, your entire playbook's wide open here, and you're kind of getting to a part of the game where you might have 2 plays to get these 3 yards.
Southwest taking a timeout here, understanding how important this next play or two is in the context of the game.
And now, Chase, with that timeout being taken, I think they have to go for it on 4th down. You can't burn a timeout here. Down 3 scores.
Absolutely.
Not quite to midfield, but still, it's go time.
Yeah, maybe a little miscommunication in terms of what they wanted for the play on offense. But, yeah, using 2 timeouts early, especially with the 4th quarter still here, I mean, that's going to play a big factor in this game and how this last 8 minutes or so are going to play out.
Yeah, I would have to think that head coach Christian Arterburn was talking about, okay, this is our 3rd down play. If we don't get the first, This is what we're going to do on fourth down, going over not just the next play, but the next couple of plays.
And you hand it off to Kelly. Kelly's still going, pushed out right at midfield.
That was a determined run from a guy that catches a lot of balls from a wide receiver position, but he just put his head down, and he was not going to be denied. I think he had a defender on him just about the whole way.
I mean, he's kind of been a safety valve for this offense all night. Might as well get him involved in the running game as well, picking up a huge third down.
Yeah, and this is almost where this offense, really has to brush it up, almost be flawless, because 3 scores, just under 9 minutes left to go.
Back to Kelly this time. Not much there. We'd like to remind you to stay tuned for our post-game show. Coming up at the conclusion of this one, it's brought to you by Custom Sports.
I like that idea, trying to ride the hot hand, go back to Kelly, your playmaker, your consistent playmaker throughout this game, but it just kind of felt like Garden County was thinking the same thing.
Absolutely, and they picked up on it right away. Brenneman able to make a great play out of that end position, just stopping that run before he even had a chance.
Yeah. We've been calling Brenneman time and time again on defense.
And he's going for Braxton Hammond. Almost found a Garden County player.
Hammond tried to reel that one in. I think you had a defender catch it off the bounce here. Corfield off the one hop.
Yeah, that's close to being an interception to get a little high. That's going to bring up 3rd and long.
And that's going to be short. Bowler was searching for Gage Hammond.
Yeah, and Hammond just didn't get his eyes on the ball. He could have maybe, if he would have been able to locate it earlier, he could have worked back to that football, but there was good coverage down the sideline. Once again, Billiter was flushed out of the pocket, kind of had to throw off balance down the sideline, and here we go. 4th and long, 4th and 15.
And this is a crucial play here in the game. 4th quarter, 4th and long, down by 19.
Yep.
Need a big hitter here.
You really do.
And Billiter has his target. It's caught. Or not a touchdown, but a first down by Derek Kelly as they search for a touchdown. Big play for the Rough Riders to keep the drive alive.
And how about Kelly being aware of where he was on the field? Chase gets his feet down, and he was sure to do so. Big time play.
He's just going to go post across the field, maybe even a corner route. Yeah, getting the feet down just past the first yard stick.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
And just for good measure, he drug that back foot, got that left foot down, drug the right foot. There was no question there for the official.
18-yard pickup. Billiter backpedaling. It's picked off. The 3rd interception he's thrown tonight. Look out. Here comes Jace Roberson. Pick 6. Garden County.
Roberson just getting to his zone, just playing center field there from that linebacker position. Boy, and that was so many positive things. The momentum felt like it shifted towards Southwest, but that's what the turnovers do for you.
Oh, that's going to hurt, too, knowing that you converted a 4th and very long. Hit as you throw. Roberson, right place, right time, and he'll take it all the way back to the house.
Yeah, and Roberson, same can be said for, when the field gets flipped or an interception, kind of a scramble. You can't miss that first tackle. Otherwise, it's going to turn into something devastating, and that's what happened.
Absolutely.
It's through for 2. 41-14. The Eagles flip the script on the Rough Riders on that drive. INT, pick 6, and they are in a commanding position with 7:39 to go. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the 6-man state championship on News Channel Nebraska.
Looking for a touchdown on the road? Pull into Speedy Mart off I-80 between Grand Island and Lincoln. Open 24 hours. With several food choices, plenty of tables to sit and dine, hot breakfast options, Chester's Chicken, and Godfather's Pizza, you'll always score big. With free semi-parking, multi-stall restrooms, and showers to refresh. For fuel, food, and friendly service, Speedy Mart is always a win.
Welcome back. Back-breaking sequence for Southwest, and perhaps a nail driven into the coffin if you're the Eagles of Garden County. INT pick 6 puts them up 27 here with 7:39 to go, as this one is kicked away by Lane Brenneman. Return here from the Rough Riders and Derek Kelly. Not much there on the return. Let's go down to the field with a report by Michael Shively.
Guys, this is Jackson McCord on your screen. 6 years old. He's the grandson of head coach Chad Dorman for Garden County. This is a family affair for the Dormans. Jackson, he runs out and gets the tee. So does Maddox Dorman. He's one of Chad's sons. His wife Michelle also here on the sideline. Older sons Carter and Austin, well, they also would go out and run out and get the tee, run it back on, and now Carter's grown up. He's one of the assistant coaches here with his dad Chad leading Garden County, and talked to both kids, Jackson and Maddox, who are running out to get the tee today. They say they love doing it. Maddox, 10 years old, says it's great because he actually gets to go on the field, feels like he's out there part of the team. He can't wait to suit it up, play for his dad at Garden County. It's a family affair, and it's awfully cute, too, seeing the 6-year-old run out and get the tee.
Excellent stuff from Michael. Never too early to get him started. Jackson and Maddox doing the tee duties now. Soon they'll be scoring touchdowns in a few years' time.
Well, Jackson, you could see the hustle right there, the 6-year-old getting after it, but it sounded like they don't let Michelle go out there and get the tee ever. I mean, it sounded like they kind of...
maybe that's the next progression. They were doing a pretty dang good job between the two of them, and there is not much for Kelly there. Set up third and about 6.
Well, in the 6-man game, the big play can really shift things, and if there's one offense that could maybe do something, work something here with less than 6.5 to go, it is the Southwest offense, one of the most prolific passing offensives we've seen in 6-man for quite some time, and that's really their first option. So if there's anything that you can look towards here, if you're Southwest, it's that, hey, we have the offense that's kind of cut out to deal with this type of a situation.
Absolutely, and it only takes one play, to even score, break a couple tackles. So you just got to move quick here, knowing the time in.
Incomplete pass again, looking for Kelly, so that sets up 4th down with exactly 6 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and this is where Billiter really has to just know in the back of his mind, where's my offensive guy supposed to be? Where are all my receivers supposed to be? But then beyond that, where are those defenders?
Yeah, absolutely, and the ends have been coming up all night. He just has to make sure, go to a play that everyone knows and everyone runs well, and knowing that you're going to get positive yardage out of this one. This is another crucial 4th down that they have converted a lot of 4th downs throughout this game.
Obviously, at this point, you have to go. Billiter, he finds Kelly, and that'll keep the drive going.
Boy, Kelly's just had a fantastic game. You mentioned it, 9 touchdowns on the season, make it 10. He had that one here tonight.
Electric player, and he's kind of been one of the few bright spots in this offense. After all these turnovers and interceptions, he's been a pretty sure guy to throw the ball to.
Yeah, we saw him get it done through the running game on a big 4th down conversion earlier on.
That's right.
Well, be sure to stay tuned for our Player of the Game interview brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center. They are your healing destination. That one's off the fingertips of Gage Hammond.
Just so close, and how many passes have we said that for Southwest were off the fingertips or just out of reach?
I mean, you said it. It's a game of inches. It's so close to being some big plays, just right off the fingertips.
Billiter tried to put a little touch on it, put that ball up there, tried to serve it up on a platter. Hammond just couldn't quite go down and get it.
.5:35 remaining, 41-14 your score on the Aurora Cooperative scoreboard. Southwest going for it all here on 2nd and 10. It is caught. Braxton Hammond. There you go, a 44-yarder. That is Hammond's 5th touchdown of the season.
How fitting is that? The player that Michael Shively down on the sideline highlighted earlier in the game. He doesn't want to hear about disabilities, Brandon. Making it look easy, gets loose behind the defense. I told you, Southwest, they are the masters of the big play. You saw it right there.
And they can score quick. I think Hammond was kind of surprised to find himself that wide open. Looked like no one really had him down the field. Goes to turn around after catching the ball and no one's there.
That's a good point. Sometimes those are the toughest ones to catch. You're looking around, where is everybody?
Along with the fans go,
Well, that's exactly what Southwest needed. If they want any chance here tonight, that goes through as well for 2. So it's 41-22, 5:26 to go. Southwest not going down without a fight. We'll be back. You're watching the 6-man state final on NCN.
This broadcast is brought to you by McConville Agency. Congrats to the Southwest Rough Riders on an amazing season. Good luck in the state championship. Fanny's Farmhouse. And by Lord's Furniture. Lords of Indiola is your one-stop shop for hardware, furniture, and appliances.
You're proud of the community you live in. Taking care of the people in it isn't a job, it's an honor. At John Henry's, we take pride in being relied upon by the great people of Lincoln and the surrounding areas. A hard day's work means a happy customer, and making happy customers has been our goal all along. A team of expert plumbers, drain specialists, and HVAC professionals, dedicated to finding solutions for our customers. Because for us, a successful day ends with a handshake and a smile. John Henry's, our family serving yours.
Well, it's back to a 19-point game after that 44-yard touchdown pass from Billiter to Braxton Hammond. 5:26 to go.
It just feels like every play is kind of carries a little bit more weight to it for Southwest, and Garden County kind of has a different mind shift, right? They're just trying to hold on. Let's see if their offense can respond and try to put together a couple first downs and wind that clock down even more.
Yeah, that's one of the toughest things you can do is hold on to a lead, and they've been kind of doing that other than the interception. Do go for an onside kick, though.
And you had Lane Brenneman fall on it. Didn't look like it went the 10 yards. So Garden County will take over in Southwest Territory.
Yeah, with Brenneman, though, around it, didn't see too many other defenders. He just jumps on it. Says, we'll take that yardage. That's all right.
Smart play.
Yeah.
I think also that plays a huge factor is that Southwest only has one timeout remaining.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the ball's in Garden County's court right now. They could run the ball and get one first down and potentially be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and this is also the point of the game where Southwest, you got to roll the dice here, right? You're going to have to bring pressure, focus on stopping the run. If they get you on a play action or a snazzy pass play, so be it. But you're not just going to run it down my throat at this point in the game and just run out the clock through your power rushing attack.
Right. Expect to see a lot of Rough Riders, crowding the box, getting as many numbers as you can inside, knowing Garden County is going to try to run up the middle. Even those stretch plays, toss plays, you just got to have guys down low ready to stop the run.
And a bunch formation here, kind of a rhino-looking package for Garden County. They're not trying to get cute.
This time goes to Lobner, picks up a few more, makes it 3rd and about 6.
And this is the type of drive I would kind of expect to see Garden County, this Eagle offense, kind of run with the entire game.
Yeah, absolutely. Running up the middle, and nothing changes here. Essentially, you could have 2 downs to go for it if you want to go for it on 4th if they don't pick it up here on 3rd down. But the best thing about this is tick, 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 and taking time off the clock.
Yeah, that's at the forefront here for this Eagle offense.
Back to Lobner. Looks like he'll be about a yard, maybe 2 short, and we have a timeout taken by Southwest.
I think Garden County's going to – I think they're going to go for it. I think they're going to keep their offense on the field here because look at your net gain if you do punt this ball away, and it would have to be a perfect punt at the pylon if you really want to, pin them there deep in their own territory.
And again, with that being the last timeout for Southwest, you pick this one up and you can take a lot of time off this clock. And with the 3 possession advantage, you're feeling pretty good.
But it's all here right now, and I think that's what Coach Arterburn was thinking for Southwest is we got to get this stop.
Yep.
Otherwise, the clock doesn't matter. The timeout doesn't matter. Let's use it right here, right now. Get the defense installed that we want. It's going to give us the best opportunity to stop this short yardage type of a play from Garden County.
Yeah, expect to see Southwest fill the box, 10 bring to everyone basically, but also watch the hard count.
4th and 3. They try to stretch it. Lobner.
Oh, it's right there. I think he got it.
Looks like has it by about a yard.
That's a big play.
First down.
Yeah. They threatened the inside, press. The defense caved in just enough to where I was able to bounce it out, pick up that first down by about a yard, maybe a half a yard. Boy, he didn't get it by much.
It was close. See it here. Little sweep underneath. Fights for it.
Boy,
extends the ball.
And Lobner is going to be one of those players that's going to be up for player of the game. We saw the interceptions, a couple big plays on offense. You can just go right on down the list for Garden County.
He's been kind of doing it all for this Garden County team, stepping up due to the loss of Fornander.
Will C. Lobner, the ball carrier.
Yeah, Kramer, a couple big runs, running guys over.
Gage Hammond leading the stop on the play.
You mentioned Lane Brenneman a couple times defensively. How about Corfield?
Yeah.
The backup
Stepping
quarterback.
in, yeah, absolutely.
First touchdown of the season in the state final.
Just a perfect pass on a play action that he had to sell, and he sold it well.
Continuing to grind it out. There's another one to Lobner. As Garden County in complete control.
Yeah, they're not hurrying up. Just this is what they want. The whole second half, this is kind of what they wanted, to really get up by a certain amount of points at halftime and kind of take control of the game and then use bleeding clock to their advantage. And it took a long time, but they finally got to that point where they can finally chew a lot of clock.
It was that sequence to close out that second quarter into halftime. They generated a couple of turnovers defensively that allowed them to get up by a couple scores, and then they got into that offense that they wanted to. The ground and pound, drain the clock. The clock is our friend, and that's really their strong suit.
Ball pops out on the carry from Kramer, and you have Corfield there to fall on it.
That's a good heads-up play there by Corfield. That's something you don't see a lot. Kind of Kramer fumbling the football late in the game. But it does happen. Good punch-out by a Southwest player, and Corfield just had the heads-up to fall on it.
Yeah, and what a story. He's not the biggest guy listed at 5'6", but he is a senior. And when his team needed him the most, he was able to step up and make some big-time plays. And that was a big one right there.
Potentially the biggest.
Have to readjust his hip pad there after taking that shot.
Nearing the 1 minute mark.
Going to have a delay a game, which I think Garden County, they're okay with that.
Dead ball.
Took the ball at the end of the play.
On the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we do want to remind you that spectators are not allowed on the field.
Well,
so please do not go on the field.
Only a matter of seconds before Garden County gets to celebrate their first ever state title. And on the flip side, you have to tip your hat to Southwest and everything they accomplished this year. Both teams undefeated coming into this one. Both teams searching for their first state title. It was really that second quarter, as you have good defensive back play there, that it seemed to be the difference. It was 13-6 with 4:25 to go, but a couple of turnovers, a couple of big plays by the Eagles. They put up 3 more touchdowns before halftime. And when it's 33-6 going into the break, that's tough for anyone to come back from.
Yeah, the way Garden County was able to close out that first half, go on that run, and it was all through their defensive backs, getting into those passing lanes, getting those interceptions, causing the turnovers, and then that power rushing offense that we talked about during the pregame allowed them to kind of get into that groove and really grind out a victory here. And you mentioned Southwest, undefeated regular season, make a run through the playoffs from that 3 seed. Nothing to hang their hats about whatsoever.
Absolutely not. They had a great season as well. But with a minute 3 here, if you're Garden County, up by 19 points, all you're thinking is prevent and tackle and bounce. Let's get out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you once again, we request that spectators not.
Looks like Garden County's going to call a timeout, talk things over. Probably exactly what you said there, Chase.
I think so.
We had you guys playing 10 yards deep earlier. Let's go 20 yards deep here right now. All the fans in purple, they can feel it. You mentioned it earlier, Brandon. Really, really good crowd, big crowd, loud crowd here from both sides of the field. Really did have that electric championship vibe to it from start to finish here.
100%, and they just got warned to not rush the field at the end of the game, which usually that's encouraged, but you can't do that here.
That one falling incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Overshot just a little bit as Derek Kelly was able to break away at the end. Still had the safety over the top, though.
I also just like fighting till the end. I've never been a fan of kind of, laying down the final couple minutes of the game. Shout out to Southwest for, continuing to trying to put points on the board, going deep, going for those long shots. That's good to see.
Yeah, and we mentioned they had 5 returning starters on both offense and defense. They want to be in there right now. They want to play this thing out.
Under a minute to play. And close to a first down.
Well, there's your no quit right there. Braxton Hammond, tough run.
And Hammond with that touchdown the last time Southwest had the ball. 44 yards from Billiter.
Boy, staying on his feet,
How did
taking
he stay on his feet right there?
Oh, wow.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, you're talking about the no-quit attitude here of these Rough Riders. You're seeing it.
Third down and short. This one to Weaver. Looks like it will bring up fourth.
Weaver, the ball carrier.
Yeah, didn't quite get there. Weaver,
Jeff
pretty big, wide frame. They're only a freshman.
Brings up 4th down and 2.
He's going to be a good player for Southwest for years to come if he keeps running the ball like that.
Yeah, you look at this Southwest team, they're losing Braxton Hammond and, of course, Houston Billiter, so those are 2 seniors that will be tough to replace. The other 4 coming back. Flip side for Garden County, you lose Kramer, Brenneman, and Lobner. So about half of your starters as here on 4th down. Looks like Southwest will be held a little short.
Billiter had a tough night at times, especially, we talked about it, closing out that first half, but over 1,800 yards through the air. What a season. I mean, just what a fantastic season for that senior. Say it again, nothing to hang your head about whatsoever.
Absolutely not. He's been a great quarterback all season. Coming in, he just had a couple times where he's under duress, under pressure.
Yeah.
That's credit to Garden County, too, but nothing to hang your hat if you're Billiter and the Southwest team. You played a great season all year. Coming up short in the state finals is never fun, but all in all, you got something to be proud of.
Well, victory formation for Garden County. They kneel on it and will allow the clock to run out. Coach Dorman getting the Gatorade or water or some sort of liquid bath. He just made history. Garden County wins its first ever state title. 41-22 is your score. The Eagles are your D6 state champs here in 2025.
An impressive performance from the Eagles, start to finish. Their defense made plays when they had to. Their offense grinded out that victory in the second half. Coach, tip of the cap to head coach Chad Dorman there. Fine performance on the biggest stage.
Well, don't go anywhere. Handshakes are taking place. We have medal ceremonies coming up. We'll hear from our player of the game and head coach. But 2025 belongs to Garden County. They are your six-man state champs. 41-22, your final. We'll return with our post-game show here on NCN.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
This broadcast is brought to you by Ag Edge for all your crop insurance needs, rural riders, and by Vitalix Inc. Sydney, manufacturing livestock feed tubes to meet your every need. From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
This broadcast is brought to you by Highline, speeds that keep up with your life and pricing that won't slow you down. And by Western Trails Insurance. Call Liz Lloyd at Western Trails Insurance for all your insurance needs at 308-772-1044.
Ready for work or the weekend? The 2025 Ford F-150 from Woodhouse Ford is built to handle it all. Take advantage of special financing and exclusive offers happening now. Visit us in-store or online at woodhousefordblair.com.
Welcome back. Medal ceremonies and presentations first off for your D6 runners-up Southwest. We'll turn it over to the PA announcer as they receive their medals.
Gage Hammond. Number 8, Bo Truxa. Number 9, Dylan Cornwell. Number 10, Demario Cutter. Number 11, Brett Blimming. Number 12, Jackson Payton. Number 13, Braxton Hammond. Number 14, Houston Billiter. Number 15, Cohen Day. Number 20, Jacob Gutierrez Barber. Number 22, Tyler Kelly. Number 23, Ethan Lee. Number 24, Connor Weaver. Number 25, Alexander Lashley. Number 33, Christopher Charlie. Number 35, Chase Jensen. Number 55, Kate Schaefer. Number 57, Josh Hitt. Number 58, Jackson Porter. Number 72, Gunnar Perks. Number 74, Christian Mayhew. And number 82, Yale Perales. And now, for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2025 NSAA Class D6 State Football Runner-Up Trophy. Congratulations to the Rough Riders of Southwest High School. Now to the champions, Garden County High School. Head coach Chad Dorman and his assistants will present the gold medals. Players, please come forward as your name is called. Coach Dorman, we also have a special award for you. Number 2, Drake Schwarzkopf. Number 4, Colt Fornander. Number 5, Blake D. Number 10, Cable Larson. Number 12, Joey Cooper. Number 14, Wilsie Lobner. Number 15, Colt Roberson. Number 21, Jace Roberson. Number 22, Janice Underwood. Number 24, Carver Corfield. Number 25, Kyan Kramer. Number 31, Luke Gardner. Number 32, Lane Brenneman. Number 33, Hazen Elliott. Number 38, Kadron Allen. Number 39, Dylan Davis. Number 44, Wyatt Seibel. Number 54, Oliver Davis. Number 80, Randy Schooley. And number 83, Victor Rueda. And now, for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2025 NSAA Class D6 State Football Championship Trophy!
Congratulations
Congratulations
to the Garden County Eagles. History has been made for this program. They did it with great offense, dominant defense, and again a 4.5-minute stretch in that second quarter where they outscored Southwest 20-0, setting them up with a 27-point advantage at the break. Don't go anywhere. Our post-game show continues. We'll hear from head coach Dorman. We'll hear from our player of the game. We'll review our top plays, all coming up when we return to Kearney.
The postgame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCO.com.
We were camped out for Black Friday. It was cold. The wind was howling like a lone wolf. No moon, no stars, no prayers. About halfway through the night, I lost feeling in my toe. I still don't feel my toe.
Black Friday is not what it used to be. During Black November at Schaefer's, the savings are back on Black Speed Queen laundry pairs. Now with up to $200 in cash back rebates on these reliable machines. Every day is Black Friday in November, now at Schaefer's.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. The Carpet Shop in Norfolk, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk.
Fuel up for the big game at Speedy Mart on 238th Street in Greenwood. Open 24 hours. We've got the winning lineup, hot coffee, ice-cold drinks, and tasty snacks. Plus, daily specials smoked fresh in our smoker. Need a pit stop? Our bathrooms are the cleanest around. And our friendly staff always makes you feel like part of the home team. Don't get sidelined. Score big on convenience at Speedy Mart, Greenwood.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
This broadcast is brought to you by McConville Agency. Congrats to the Southwest Rough Riders on an amazing season. Good luck in the state championship. Fanny's Farmhouse. And by Lord's Furniture. Lords of Indianola is your one-stop shop for hardware, furniture, and appliances.
It's time to get in the game. When you team up with teammates, you don't need pads or a playbook. 1 hour a week can encourage a student in your community to win in school and in life. Hundreds of young people are waiting for a mentor to show up and build their confidence, character, and hope for the future. Be the teammate every young person deserves. Clock is ticking. Sign up at teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
The postgame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCO.com.
Elevate your drive with the GMC Sierra 1500 at Woodhouse Buick GMC. Explore special financing and current offers happening now. Visit us in-store or shop online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
This broadcast is brought to you by Ag Edge for all your crop insurance needs, rural riders, and by Vitalix Inc. Sydney, manufacturing livestock feed tubes to meet your every need. From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Kick your day into high gear with a stop at Speedy Mart on 85th Street, Lincoln. Whether you're racing to practice, cheering from the sidelines, or just powering through a busy day, we've got the fuel, food, and drinks to keep you in the game. Our fast service and new parking lot make it easy for pumping fuel and getting what you need for the road. With our friendly service, every stop is a winning goal. Speedy Mart, convenience that always scores.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during their early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for high-quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
This broadcast is brought to you by Highline, speeds that keep up with your life and pricing that won't slow you down. And by Western Trails Insurance. Call Liz Lloyd at Western Trails Insurance for all your insurance needs at 308-772-1044.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Garden County, they're state champions. I got head coach Chad Dorman here. He just got an ice bath, so he needs a little bit of warmth. But, Coach, that gold medal has to feel pretty great around your neck. What's this moment like celebrating with your guys?
It's amazing. They worked hard for it. Just happy for them, happy for our school, happy for our community. Bring back the state championship. Couldn't be more happy. Thank you.
All right, let's talk about the game a little bit. Your starting quarterback, got knocked out in the first quarter. This game was 0-0 at that moment. How did you manage the rest of the game without him?
Carver did a great job. We talked to him and said, I told him it's time you got to be the man. And, he stepped up offensively and defensively. Not only him, we made some plays when we needed to. They got a good quarterback, and we got a couple turnovers, which I knew we needed coming in, but just hasn't really hit me yet.
Well, we're about to talk to Wilsey here in a moment. What does he mean to this team? He had 100 yards, more than 100 yards rushing, and 2 interceptions.
He's going to be hard to replace. Definitely going to be missed, him and them other seniors. But I'm happy for them. Wilsey's been a leader since he was a freshman, especially that sophomore year on, and just can't be more happy for them. My job's easy when we got good players. It was pretty easy to coach these guys this year.
Well, it's a family affair for you, too, from having a son that's an assistant coach to having a grandson who's picking up the tee after kickoffs. What's it like to have your family on the sideline and you're going to get to celebrate with them, too?
That's everything. It's just nice having them here. And, Jackson's 6, and he begged to come on the bus. He told me he was good luck before, a couple days ago, so you can't tell him no.
Well, Coach, enjoy that gold medal around your neck.
Thank you.
That's Chad Dorman, the head coach. Wilsey Lobman going to join me. All right, take me back to that first quarter. Cole goes out, your starting quarterback. How does this team rally around him getting knocked out of the game and still come away with a victory?
Well, we all knew we had to step up because he's a large part of our team. And Carver did really great. He stepped up and played how he needed to.
Wilsey, last year this team almost got here, knocked out in the semifinals. What was it like throughout the offseason and through this season, knowing that goal to get to the state title?
We put in a lot of work, and we used that as an excuse to get here, and we used that excuse to get better, and I think we did.
Well, we know all about this strong rushing attack for Garden County that carried you to this point. But you had to lean on your defense tonight. You came up huge with 2 interceptions. What was the key to defense tonight?
I just tried to kind of have a little bit of space so that he would throw it up and I'd come up and make the play.
How was that pick 6?
Jace's?
It
was awesome. Jace needed that. He had a bunch of picks that were close to a pick 6 in the year and never got one, so he needed that.
All right, now you're celebrating with your guys. Your coach gives you the medal around your neck. What are those moments like as a guy that's worked so hard to get to this point?
Well, it's emotional. It hasn't quite set in quite yet, but just knowing I'll never get to play again and stuff. It's just a little bit emotional.
Well, you end your career as a state champion. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Garden County, they are winners. Congratulations to the Eagles. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you, Michael, and we appreciate Coach Chad Dorman taking some time. And again, congratulations to Wilsey Lobner, our Nebraska Orthopedic Center player of the game at Nebraska Orthopedic Center. They are your healing destination. Let's just jump right into our top plays and see how this game played out before we wrap everything up here tonight. Six-man state championship on a Friday night in Kearney, Nebraska. Battle of unbeatens as Garden County takes on Southwest. Both of these teams never been to the state championship before, never won a state title. It would be history for one of these programs. We start things off in the first quarter with Garden County. You have tough defense coming in there. It was a defensive battle early on. How about a sack by Gage Hammond getting all the way to Wilsey Lobner, not letting him go anywhere. It would be 0-0 after one quarter of play. We head to the second. Things would change. Here's the first score. Ball's on the ground. Cayenne Kramer picks it up, decides just to throw it to somebody. It ends up in the hands of Javis Underwood, and he would take care of the rest. 42 yards to the house. 6-0 at this point, Andy, early in the second.
Yeah, just a great job picking the ball up off the turf, then making something out of nothing.
13-0 at this point after a Wilsey Lobner 31-yard touchdown for Garden County. An answer back, Derek Kelly catches a 3-yard pass from Houston Billiter. That makes it 13-6. At 4:25 to go in the second, things would change dramatically in the final minutes of the half. How about this? Lane Brenneman, a 37-yard pass from Carver Corfield, the backup quarterback, after you had Cole Fornander go down. That was the first touchdown pass of the season for Carver, as he had to step up with Fornander on the bench and knocked out of the game. Still in the second quarter, here's Lobner again, taking it to the house, this time from 41 yards out. So you have Garden County, who puts up 20 points in the final 2.5 minutes of the game, and that truly was the difference, as it would be 33-6 after this Cayenne Kramer score going into halftime.
Yeah, turnovers were definitely the difference, and you saw the speed there. Lobner knowing what to do with the football in his hands after an interception, after hauling in a pass. It doesn't matter. That guy knows where the end zone is.
So 33-6, all Garden County. Southwest knows coming out of halftime they would need to score to stay into it. They do it right there on the opening drive of the half. Billiter finds Barber for a 2-yard touchdown, makes it 33-4. Southwest not going down without a fight. It would remain 33-14 rather, heading into the fourth quarter. Southwest desperately trying to get back into it, unable to do so. This would be a pick 6 by Jace Roberson. 3 picks thrown by Billiter when he had only thrown 3 all season up to this point. So the defense for Garden County causing issues and forcing turnovers from Billiter, and it would be too much for Southwest to come back. But give them credit for not giving up. How about this one? Billiter throwing it up to Braxton Hammond, 44 yards, as Billiter went for 257 yards and 3 scores in the defeat. Those 3 interceptions hurt, though. And again, the difference in this one, the end of the half where Garden County turned it on, they get to lift the trophy as they are victorious, 41-22. First ever state title for the Eagles.
And those seniors really came to play for Garden County, and you mentioned them in the highlight package. Carver Corfield, carving up the defense. The backup quarterback, the senior, coming in such a big spot and delivering.
Chase to take that a step further. 4 for 11 all season long. He goes 2 for 4 tonight. You heard Coach give him his flowers there for his performance. And again, a touchdown pass, one right on the money. Had to do it when the lights were brightest.
Yeah, absolutely. He's played, great all season long, and it didn't change here. He just played a solid game, did enough to win. Cole Fornander, injured early in this game, and the whole team really just got behind him and stepped up their game and able to get it done against a really good and talented Southwest team.
So going down some stats quickly, Garden County. Lobner finishes with 105 yards on 17 carries with 2 touchdowns. Cayenne Kramer not far behind, 76 yards and a touchdown. We mentioned Corfield going 2 for 4 passing, 46 yards and a score. Cayenne Kramer went 2 for 2 passing, 50 yards and a score. Leading receiver was Javis Underwood with 50 yards and a touchdown. Lane Brenneman with 37 yards and a touchdown for the Eagles. Flip side for Southwest, not a lot rushing. We knew that coming in. They are a passing team. Builder, 28 for 52, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions for 257 yards. His favorite target was Derek Kelly, 11 receptions, 87 yards, and a score. You also had Barber, 72 yards and a touchdown, and Hammond as well with a score for Garden County. So, with that, we would like to remind you one more time, follow us on social media, Facebook, X, YouTube, and Instagram for all of your sports needs. We have you covered, whether you want to watch the live games or our news on YouTube. You can see where we're going to be broadcasting games next, as we are now officially preparing for winter sports and basketball. So we'll be tweeting out our broadcast schedule, where we'll be and when. And in case you can't wait to follow us on X to find out, here's the start of our slate. Tri-County Wilbur Claytonia on Thursday. That is just Thursday, December 4th. And then on Friday, December 5th, Bellevue West at Norris and Plainview at Wausau. If you are in the north part of the state, you will see Wausau Plainview. And then on Saturday, you'll have Lutheran High Northeast Elkhorn Valley network wide. So those are our first 4 games. And if you saw as well at the very end, which is Monday, December 8th, always love starting off our winter sports season, Unified Bowling State Championships live from Lincoln. So that's the slate. Follow us on X, and you'll know exactly where we are every single week. One more time, final score is 41-22. Andy, Chase, any final thoughts before we wrap this one up?
Tip of the cap, Southwest undefeated season, magnificent run through the playoffs, just came up a little bit short. Credit Garden County and their defense. Getting those turnovers, that was the difference.
Yep, going along with that, Southwest, came really close to having that state title. Just, it wasn't their way tonight, but also what a great season. Don't hang your head on anything. And for Garden County, enjoy this. I've been in that same position once, and it's one of the greatest feelings ever. So soak this in and enjoy it, because you're on top of the 6-man football mountain.
That will do it for tonight. History made by the Eagles, 41-22, your final. Could not do this without our terrific, amazing production crew, from our camera operators to producers, directors in the truck, Danny, Paul, and Connor doing an excellent job. For our talent team, Michael Shively, Chase, and Andy, I'm Brandon Axemet. This officially puts a bow on NCN's fall sports season. We will see you for basketball starting December 4th.